What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JusticeXFalls back at it again with another video. We got the Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. It drops on the 25th. It's a few days from now, and this is the presentation. I don't know how long it is. I'm in the middle of streaming right now, and here it goes. Let's fucking get it. I'm hyped for this game. Definitely adding this to the rotation. Let's go.
We're close to Rubicon. Wake the dog up.
Handler Walter verified. Activating cerebral coral control device.
Feed the fire.
Augmented human C4621 has awakened.
Pin this. Yes, Lord. Let's go. Make sure that it's as crispy as possible, as HD as possible. 1080p. Bet. This game looks so fire, and I can't wait to get into this one, man. I can't wait.
One of the infamous Handler Walter's hounds. Interesting. You ready to climb the wall?
Let's get it.
Call sign Raven. Priority subject for termination. High on the list.
A coral response from the generator. Watch out.
Why hide behind another's call sign?
Let's see how far they can fly. On borrowed wings.
Is that all we get? Oh no, here we go. It's a whole presentation. Let's go.
Welcome to the Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon showcase. Today we'll be sharing an in-depth look at the features of Armored Core 6, live gameplay from some very special guests, and our first ever live showcase of the game's exhilarating PvP mode.
Ooh, yeah, we want that PvP.
In the studio, we have
Yes, Lord.
Oro, Fightin' Cowboy, and the staff of Armored Core Legacy. We will be joined remotely by Vati, and off-stream we have
I know
Satya,
Vati.
who will be streaming during today's program.
I know
Before we
Vati.
dive in, let's take a look
He
at
played
our
all the
schedule
Armored
for
Core
today
games.
to see what's in store. To set the stage, we'll begin with discussion around the story of Armored Core with Vati. Next, we'll undergo some training with some experienced Armored Core pilots. And last up, we'll enter the combat zone with our first look at PvP before hearing everyone's final impressions. We hope you'll stay with us and enjoy the show.
I don't know how long this is fitting to be. I'm assuming this is going to be like an hour, like 40 minutes to an hour. Hey,
Hello and
Vati,
welcome,
what's
Vati.
going on?
We all know you are a FromSoft expert. How do you
Yep.
think Armored Core 6 appeals to From Software fans?
She's
over
nervous or overexcited.
First off, thank you for having me. I hope the event goes well. I saw you have some PvP coming up, so I'm really excited for that. But
Yes, Lord.
in terms of how it appeals to old fans, I guess there hasn't really been a new Armored Core game for 10 years now. So
Yeah, the last one was on
all
PS3.
fans are in for big changes
360.
to the combat, and obviously the graphical fidelity of the game is much better. From Software have obviously learned a lot in the last 10 years. But I think old fans in particular will be drawn to the assembly aspect more than anything else, because even in this game, you can still fundamentally change your mech on such a core level, and they'll probably recognize a lot of the specs involved as well. And I think they'll sort of have a leg up on the competition in that regard. But I hope new fans give it a chance, even though it can be a little bit overwhelming. It's obviously very different from something like Elden Ring, but it still feels like a From Software game, you know? You know it's going to be challenging, but you know it's going to be a game that respects your time and effort and gives you the tools you need to succeed. So yeah, I think a lot of people will be keen to try this game just on the reputation of From Software alone. And I hope they do.
I love that answer. I mean, I'm really excited about it. All of that sounds very exciting for me. From both the new and returning fans of the series, the announcement trailer was certainly a surprise at the Game Awards. So let's take another look.
What trailer is this? I wonder if I saw this one. Or maybe we've seen this one. This looks familiar. I think it's Feed the Fire, Burn to Cinder, or something like that. I still like the same. That looks crazy. That looks so crazy. Feed the Fire. Let the last cinders burn. Yeah, I said burn the cinder. Let the last cinders burn. Same shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. SmackDown come on at 8, so you know I gotta cut the wrestling on. I'm gonna have it on my TV, which is right here. If I could take this webcam, move it, you can see my TV right here. All-out robotic war. Armor Core 6. Fires of Rubicon. Yes, Lord. It come out in like 4 days or something like that. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It comes out in exactly a week. Next Friday, this will drop.
Wow, From Software always does such an amazing job establishing the tone of each world they create. What do you think about this trailer? Did you notice anything that viewers didn't catch?
I doubt I noticed anything that, you know, the internet at large didn't really notice. But a lot of stuff in that trailer definitely is more recognizable now, for sure. You can see a lot of bosses from the early parts of the game. I think there's the Juggernaut, Voltaeus, and also the big helicopter boss from Mission 1. But the most interesting thing, I think, in that trailer is the AC.
He's very soft-spoken.
Fighting during it. Oh, no, that's a different trailer, actually, I think. No, this is the trailer. There's an AC that's fighting in that trailer, and I think its name is Nightfall, and I think it might also be the main character of that trailer, and the main character on the box art as well. And I don't want to spoil it too much, but I'm pretty sure you can see that character in Mission 1 as well. So people should probably look out for that. And yeah, it's cool to
He
look
getting
back
money.
and
Them headphones he got
notice
on
all
is
these little
expensive.
things.
That
And them
sounds
3
really exciting
screens, I bet you it was
because all of that
expensive.
insight, I'm sure people are going to go back
He
and
getting
rewatch
money.
the trailer because of
That's
what you
what
said
that-
right now, Vati. I love that.
Hundreds and hundreds of K
Just
subscribers.
about a month ago,
get
we
you.
revealed the story trailer, and we noticed you
And
commented,
hundreds of thousands of views.
FromSoft is really going to make
His
us
views
cry
be getting
about
like 1
robots,
million.
aren't they?
Like 1.6 mil.
I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Just in
On
case
average
anyone
type
missed
shit.
it,
But not,
let's
not
take
on average.
another
But
look.
like, he be getting mad views on his shit. I guess because he niched down. Like, he focuses... Lately, he's been focused on, like, From Software games. Like, he did a bunch of Elden Ring games. And then he played all of the
You know, I'm not exactly craving
Armored Core games.
Hounds now entering combat zone. Initiating phase 2.
I'm about to grab a snack. Hold on. Be right back.
So what happened to 617 and the others? Fill me in, Admiral Walter. Well, at least you're helping me clear my inventory.
Vital signs lost. Recalculating approach vector.
This one is functional, but don't expect much more.
I'm not here to talk. Wake it up. Signal lost.
I'm back. Let's grab a little snack.
Updating target parameters. Phase 3, pattern E.
We back.
Lost. Reporting to Handler Walter. Mission complete. 621. I'll give you a reason to resist. Let's get to work.
That trailer was deep. I was deep.
Vati, you are very knowledgeable about this series. What are some final thoughts you have on Armored Core 6?
So I think I'm just really glad that Armored Core 6 encouraged me to play all of the older games, because it made me realize I'm just so into this. I'm so into this process of sort of fine-tuning your mech to be perfectly suited for the missions, and I love the bleak world, and there's just this really distinct vibe that Armored Core has that I really hope new fans can come in and discover, because I think a lot of the old fans have been talking about this stuff for a while, so it'll be exciting to see people sort of break into a new genre almost. So I hope Armored Core 6 does well, because even just because I want the genre to do well now, like I'd love to see more mech games that let you customize your mech on a deeper level. And From Software seem like they're sort of the kings of this genre from what I've seen. So I think Armored Core 6 could really give a boost to that whole scene.
I feel like the whole time you were talking, Vati, I totally agree, especially with your enthusiasm. It sucked in a lot of my community. So we're big fans of your videos and keep doing what we do, because thank you so much, Vati, for joining us and sharing your insights about the world of Armored Core.
Sure, thank you so much. Thank you.
you.
Shout out to Vati. Shout out to Vati.
For our pilot onboarding, I am joined by the experienced
Come on,
Armored
Ma.
Core
Come on,
pilots,
Fighting Cowboy. You could have dressed a
Oro
little better
and
than that.
Fighting Cowboy.
Hi.
Welcome. Thank
This
you
is a
so much for
professional
being
event.
here.
You could have
Thank
dressed a
you.
little
It's
better
an
than
honor.
that.
Man, it's an honor for me to be with you guys.
He just like he
You
about to
know,
go put
what
some
have been
steaks on
some
the
of your
grill.
impressions so far of the game?
It's perfect. It's the FromSoft has done it again. Armored Core fans are going to feel right at home. It's so good.
Yeah, I think a lot of the things people are going to notice
He
is
just
that it
like he
still
about to
feels
throw some
fresh, but it's
steaks
very
on the grill.
familiar with the
Yeah.
level of customization and
throw the
testing out
football
different leg
around.
types and different weapons, and it's very visceral and heavy still, which I think is a big thing that kind of sets Armored Core apart from a lot of other, mech games. It's fast, but I don't know, it feels good. It's very visceral.
I like that you said heavy. It feels heavy.
Yeah.
Like you can really feel like you're doing some damage in them, right?
Yeah.
So that's really awesome. Today we'll be doing more than just sharing impressions. Let's get into some gameplay. Yeah?
Let's go.
While Fighting Cowboy gets
Yeah, let's
set
get
up,
into some
Oro,
gameplay. Let's get it.
What would you say are some key strategies that viewers should keep an eye out while playing, Armored Core?
Okay, so the main thing is the mech customization.
Right.
Changing out your parts,
Mhm.
your AC, your build, and the biggest thing is the legs. The legs change your gameplay entirely. When you switch your legs, it feels like you're playing an entirely different game.
Okay.
It's awesome. There's a couple different types of legs. Bipedal are like the standard mech legs that let you move super quick. There's reverse joints, which are really cool. You can jump in the air super high. Quads, or tetrapods they call them in this game, allow you to hover now in the air.
Ooh.
And you can actually rain down like fire
Oh, I
upon your
love
foes.
that.
It's awesome. It's so good. And then there's tanks, which of course are just beefy monstrosities. You can't even touch them. They're super tanky, super powerful. Cowboy's a big fan of those.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see, Fighting Cowboy. So let's head over and check him out.
Oh, well, what's happening, y'all? My name is Fighting Cowboy. Welcome to Armored Core 6, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of the first missions of Chapter 2, Infiltrate Grid 086. So we're going to go over the assembly I'm running with for this mission briefly. We are working with a pretty well-balanced AC here. We have the Curtis. This is a linear rifle, so it can be charged to do some extra damage. This gives us a little bit of range for targets that are a little farther out. Bringing a Gatling gun, this just gives me being able to take down multiple weaker targets, a lot of good stagger buildup, so it's very consistent. We have a missile launcher on the back, 10 cell. This is going to be capable of multi-lock.
Okay.
It's a forward-facing.
We're getting
missile,
into the
so it's
builds.
pretty consistent to hit targets with. And then we are pulling out the pile bunker. I know a weapon a lot of people have been waiting to see. This thing it hits like a truck. You can charge and do some massive damage with this. Out of the various melee weapons, this has definitely become one of my favorites. Besides that, we're running a pretty balanced loadout here in terms of parts. We are running quad legs, so you get to see some quad legs gameplay. Really nice archetype here because we're able to just kind of hover up in the air, hang above enemies with stuff like the charge shot on the linear rifle. We don't have kickback from that while we're in hover, so that's very nice. And then we have a FCS that is set up for a little bit of missile as well as medium range. And of course we can dive in and we can see that this is basically 130 to 260. So I have a good meter range on enemies. I'm going to also be working with assault armor, so you'll see that. But otherwise, let's jump in and sortie. I am going to be skipping the dialogue here. Don't want to spoil the intros and whatnot. There's actually a pretty rich story here, but that's definitely something I want to let y'all discover on your own.
Thanks, man. You're a good guy. He's a good guy.
You may
for
notice
that.
this is the same mission that they initially showed off with the very first gameplay reveal we got.
I've sent you the marker data. Let's head toward the elevator going to the upper level.
He violated.
So you got a couple more enemies on the radar. If you look at the bottom of the screen there, looks like they may be down below. So we're gonna scan. A couple enemies left, but they're down to where they're not going to be a problem. We can take them out real fast. We use the charged linear rifle shots. You can kind of see the multi-missiles going in. Definitely something that I've been a big fan of this. The missile locks are incredibly satisfying.
I want to see the.
So right back here.
I want to see his hands.
It says ricochet. You basically have a effective range.
I want to see a camera on. I want to see a camera on his hands because they said there's an auto lock system, but if you're auto locked, it's hard to fire while moving. And then there's a, but if you're not auto lock, if you manual aim, then it's harder to control your character while you're in auto aim. I mean, in manual aim.
Chainsaw there. You're gonna try and get off a full hit with the pile bunker, just so y'all can see exactly what it does.
A melee.
It's
a big
so
meaty
hard,
melee.
Excuse me. Destroyed.
And here the level really opens up. So we could go over there, work our way. There's a whole bridge we could take here. There's some stuff back there. But we're gonna end up doing, there's some MTs we can get first. So let's head on up there, see if we can't get up on them from behind. I'm actually gonna try and, so you can see they're unaware right now. Let's see if I can get all the way up and get a pile bunker on them while they're unaware. Oh, not quite. Missing that one MT. There he is. It's kind of tucked away back there. Ooh, just barely missing that.
I hate when you, like, the only thing about like streams, like when you're watching stream footage, it looks so compressed. Like, it looks good on my OBS.
So definitely looking a little bit
because
rough.
that's a more condensed. That's a more condensed image. Pretty low. But like on the actual screen, on my screen, my live stream, it's a little fuzzy. But I'm not gonna knock that too much because when I get the game, I'm pretty sure it'll look better. Like live streams, the bit rate is constantly going up and down, and the quality is going back up and down and shit. So
not what I wanted to do.
I'm not gonna go that hard about that. That quad leg setup look fire though. I might have to go with the quad leg. You can stay in the air longer. Your maneuverability is fire. Like aesthetically, it ain't that pleasing to me. But we're not here for aesthetics. We're here for domination.
Doing a couple little spins here. Alright, gate is open, let's head on up. Now that we're in close encounters, we gotta be extra careful. The last thing we want to do is get popped off by a big explosive or something.
Right, you gotta be careful.
going up. We're going to scan the environment. You can see this.
I love the fact you can scan and see what's coming up.
I can see another one hiding right here under the grate. That good old FromSoft trickery.
Right, they be hiding enemies. They come out the cut.
No! Oh, God.
Just come out the cut.
Almost got me with his little dagger. This is now a survival run at 365 AP.
You better repair. Oh, he don't got no repairs left. He have no repairs left. Damn. You better hope you find a repair. The fact he didn't come in with like extra repairs and all the upgrades and shit tells me that like the build that he's playing is pretty much the same game that was shipped out and the game that we're going to be buying and the game that we're going to be downloading off the servers. So I like that. I think this game is going to be done. I think it's going to be polished, and I think it's going to be optimized for whatever system it's on. I wonder what system he's playing on now. I can't really tell. Oh, Xbox, okay, because you can see at the bottom left bump, right bump. But I might get this for PS5 because I'm used to playing Armored Core games on PlayStation. So I used to play the old Armored Core games back in the day where you had to hold the controller. I know I keep saying it, but we had to hold the controller like this, hold it backwards to play it the most optimal kind of way. That's the Armored Core games I remember.
The GAT is officially out of ammo, but that gives me a chance to.
I played a few over the years, but none of them really got my attention like the old ones. But this one kind of got my attention. I'm not gonna lie.
Sneaking around here, see what we have. All right, so no other enemies over here.
This is the first next gen Super HD one, because the one on the PS3, like when you look at PS3 graphics now, like 10, 15 years ago, it was like, yo, this is fire. When you look at PS3 graphics now, it looks mad ashy and greasy. I don't know, like and foggy, like I don't know.
Oh no! From behind us, an ambush. So when you die in Armored Core, you're able to restart the whole mission or restart from a checkpoint. We're going to go ahead and restart from a recent checkpoint. And this is, of course, going to give us back all of our ammunition. We'll be a full AP. We'll get all of our heals back. So it's definitely a game where if you fall, you're supposed to get back up and try again. So this is a fun little encounter. We can see a couple of environmentals up top. We're going to go ahead and take those out and even the odds. Let's go back and take down those other ACs that ambushed us last time. You can see they were guarding a little chest. You can see we got a 2C 3000 record, so that's just going to be an AC part. And that's one of the really fun things about this is similar to some older entries in the franchise, we're able to find chests in certain levels that will give us parts we can collect.
Okay, so you gotta
unique things that you can't buy in
basically
the shop,
like typical really FromSoft game, you gotta explore.
So coming up on the door we have a boss, and right before that we would have a supply Sherpa, which right here, if you made it this far, you can go ahead and supply. You'll get all of your health back, all of your ammo, and you'll be ready to go into the boss completely fresh. But here we are actually going to wrap things up and pass it on to my good friend Ouroboros to try and tackle the boss.
All right, here we go.
Oh man, Fighting Cowboy demonstrated his amazing maneuverability in his AC.
Yeah, he was moving.
I was smiling the whole time.
He was sticking and moving. I ain't gonna lie.
And I love that he demonstrated like how much you can use that 360 view. Oh, he's here. Welcome back, Fighting Cowboy. I saw
be
you
back.
smiling the whole time. I smiled when
It's-
you smiled, actually.
It's fun. It's hard to not smile while you're playing this.
I can't wait to play because that was fun to watch. What tips do you have for players who might not be used to this 360-degree movement?
So I think a big thing with Armored Core is your leg types move very differently. Your reverse joints give you a lot of vertical mobility. Your tetrapods, as you saw, was able to hover in place. The tank might not have mobility, but it's a lot beefier. So I think a big thing with this game is just trying out different parts and finding what works. And one of the things that's really nice is, as opposed to like, you know, respecing in other games, you just buy the parts. So, you know, in that example where I died, if I had gone to assembly, I could have traded out for tank treads and made my character a lot stronger with more defense and then jumped right back in. So it's really about kind of mixing and matching and just...
That is too much fun. That is too much fun. That aspect to me is just... the possibility is endless.
Yeah, it really is. There's a lot you can do in the customization.
And you can, like, I mean, how many, you know, ACs do you have, like, in your arsenal?
Personally, I have like 14 already.
14?
Damn, he been
We haven't
playing.
gotten into like the meme ACs yet. We're making the fun ones right now.
Like the decals, I know that there's decals there.
Yeah, there's full decal colors, different, you know, camos. You want to make something from Gundam or Evangelion, go ahead. If you want to make the edgiest, darkest AC, go ahead. The pinkest, brightest AC, go ahead. That's the beauty of this game.
The cool thing is,
yeah, I was wondering about the
kits too.
customization.
So I'm sure that's like some people can emulate their model kits from, you know, Armored Core and bring it to this game. But, you know, I pretty much have a question for you. You know, I really want to ask you, what is your favorite legs in the... I really want to know, because we keep talking about the legs. What's your favorite?
So lately I've been playing a lot of tetrapods, but I'm a beefy boy at heart, so it's got to be tanks.
I love that.
It's got to be the tank.
Thank you so much, Fighting Cowboy. That was awesome. Well, hopefully our viewers can try out some of those tips.
Tetrapod, that's a 4-leg drawing.
All right, next up, take a look over at Ouroboros as he picks up at the start of a boss fight with the Smart Cleaner.
All
Oh,
so
he
we're gonna
done
pick
got
up
some
right
neon
where
shit.
Cowboy left us off, right before the Smart Cleaner boss fight, which I'll be going over in just a second. I just want to say Cowboy did an amazing job. I was on the edge of my seat watching him with 300 AP left.
Right, he thugged it out till he got to that.
I'm gonna go
to that
into
box,
the boss fight
to that
and
heel.
sort of, you know, show you guys what you can expect from.
Here we go. Oh, they start right off.
Corps 6 here.
You can get it popping right away.
So
No
I
waiting.
opted for a biped with sort of your default missiles and some linear rifles, dual linear rifles. I also have a blade that I can swap to and go in and try to hit him.
Careful.
But we'll soon discover that staying close to him is a terrible strategy.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. He's gonna run
he
you
does
over.
a lot of close range damage. You do not want to be close to him ever.
50%.
His stagger gauge is really low, but...
Yo, heal, bro. What are you doing?
But we got that stagger. We'll go in for the melee hit.
You can tell he know what he's doing. He's not even healing. He got
Try our best
77
here.
AP left.
And he got us. But we're going to change the build to adapt to the situation. So I've just
Oh, so he didn't plan.
There's another lock-on
He didn't
point
plan on
on top
winning.
of him there.
He didn't plan on winning that.
I'm thinking that might be another weak spot. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into assembly. After you die, you can go to assembly and you can change your mech entirely. So we're going to switch to the quadrupeds and change our build just a little bit here and try to adapt to the situation, which is important in Armored Core. Of course, the developer said you can go in with any mech you like. You can play the entire game. But adapting and changing your build on the fly is a huge aspect of this game. We're also going to equip terminal armor, which just in case we die, it actually saves us. So we'll equip that in the expansion slot. So now we've completely changed our mech. We've equipped 2 songbirds, which are grenade cannons, which, as you can see, does a lot of damage here. It's going to be pretty good, I think, for the boss. So let's go back in with our revised mech and see how we do. A new strategy this time. We're going to try to hover over the boss with the unique aspect I was talking about earlier with the quadrupeds. So as you can see, right over his attack, right to his weak spot.
Yeah, fuck him up. Yeah.
Now we still got to be careful because right there, that bleep is the eruption coming out. That means you gotta be quick.
You gotta
and
get out the way.
ready to dodge. But we already stunned him, so I'm gonna drop down and light him up.
So he already given us the strat for this
The
boss.
best tip I can give
Gotta go
for
up
the
top.
Smart Cleaner is stay away. You need to stay away.
Stay
from him.
away and go up
his
top.
Cleaves, his sweeps are nasty. We'll see about that, Carla. He's getting absolutely annihilated
He's
here
getting-
with our brand new build.
He getting wrecked right
The
now.
stagger that we're pulling off on his weak spots is really good. But as you can see, that was close. You got to be careful. And actually, we got to back up and conserve our energy because they're quite low at the bottom there. Ooh, wow. All right. He's getting angry. Trying to back up, reposition.
You
and
get over
hover
him.
in the air, and then we're gonna try to float over to his weak spot again and light him up. There we go. Oh my goodness!
Fuck him up.
Look at that
Fuck him up.
damage.
Beastie damage.
This is
Beastie damage.
Just destroying.
Stunned him. Now get down and
And
hit him in the
this goes
face.
to show, like, you know, different ACs can handle different situations a lot better than other builds will.
I would
The
just be
best advice I
spamming
can
right
give
now.
Any Armored Core 6 players diving in is to try to adapt if you're having trouble. Also, we are having trouble. He is really angry. He does not want me to kill him.
You saw getting
Gonna
aggressive.
Float up and try to finish him here. Here we go. We got the stun. We're getting that direct hit damage.
Got that stun. Finish him off.
Oh,
Melee him.
I went
Oh,
for
you
the
missed.
finisher. I'm doing it again. There we go.
There we go.
Perfect
That was
kick
fire.
finish.
That was cool.
I hope you guys enjoyed that gameplay.
That was cool.
And we'll see you soon for some PvP action for
All
World
right.
First.
Bet.
Oh my gosh, Ouroboros really got me on edge with that one, especially
That
with
was
the
fire.
chip damage and everything. I was
I ain't
just
gonna lie.
that was amazing. The efficiency was astronomical. I was just really impressed. I was taking notes actually during his whole fight, and I love that he actually changed up his build. And he's here right now. I love that. And you explained everything so well.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, we know that this is a philosophy of observe and learn. That's a common DNA of From Software games.
Yeah.
Is this true in Armored Core as well?
Oh, very much so. You know, it's a traditional FromSoft title. So, you know, as you can see, like he had the telegraphed attacks, and you have to remember to dodge it, and you could very quickly learn to stay away from him because he does those big sweeps, you know, and they're super cool. But yeah, From Software are known for the difficulty, fair but punishing. That's the main thing.
And to me, I feel like that's super fun because you can just come in with different, you know, ACs and then figure out what works best for you.
Exactly.
And your tactics, right? And I love that you told all of us like what you were doing each time. So that's reassuring to hear. I noticed that the parts that you chose in assembly seem to play a specific role in the way you fight. Can you elaborate that? What should players keep in mind when customizing their Armored Core?
Okay, so the big thing about customizing like your Armored Core, again, is the legs that make a huge difference. As you can see, I switched to the quadrupeds there, and I had a much easier time with the boss.
see.
You know, and that goes for all the customization in the game too. You know, you have to balance the equip load with your energy output, and you've really got to, you know, balance this perfectly to make your mech like
To
as
the
good as
T
it
of
can
what
be.
you want it to be.
Super efficient.
And
that's
I feel
what I'm
like,
all about.
and I see that because, you know, you switched out and you knew exactly what to do and you went in and you
Yeah, he
conquered.
did that on purpose
You
just to
know,
show,
and
like, okay,
I feel like,
the
I should
bipedal
ask
might not
this
be the way. You
because
got to
we're trying
float
learn
over
here,
top of him
and I'm
and
sure people at home want to
rain
learn.
down the
What is your
damage and
favorite
shit.
build so far?
Ooh.
Yeah, like that.
That's a tough question.
Yeah, I know. But your favorite build,
I have a lot. Okay, so my favorite build personally is dual linear rifles. And
Okay,
I like to stay away from them and then switch to the blade when they're
see.
staggered.
Oh,
I pull out
man.
the blade on the back. The garage has like a offhand thing. It's really cool.
And I know that I was asking this, you know, to Cowboy. So what was your favorite legs? I keep on talking about the legs because that's very important.
It's very important
because
in
the
Armored
weight
Core.
too.
Yes,
The weight too, right?
Exactly.
So you have to keep in mind of the weight and everything. So what was your favorite legs in the, you know, for AC units?
I like the classic bipedal. I always have, you know.
Okay.
Back in Armored Core 4, I was obsessed with bipedals, you know, just
Right.
the normal ones, but they're still really cool, you know. For those players who like to move fast, there's no better option. And I like to be super quick, super nimble, super lightweight. That's my main play style.
I mean, you were pretty efficient.
Yeah.
Well, you were pretty efficient. That was pretty fast. I mean, majority of the time when people are trying to figure out like what units or how to make it look, I think that a special thing in Armored Core 6 is that everyone can share their ACs.
Oh my gosh, that's the coolest feature ever.
Yeah.
So if I make an AC and let's say anyone wanted to copy the AC for that boss, you know, the quadruped that destroyed that boss, I could upload the code, I could give it to my friends, share it with anybody.
Oh, that's fire! I didn't know that.
Instantly, if they have that part unlocked.
Yeah, you could buy the part if you don't have it.
About it. Because the thing is, like,
fire.
I mean, back then you would just take a screenshot or something,
yeah,
and then
like,
upload it.
And they were like, "All right, bro, you gotta,
like
you gotta get this part,
build
this part,
is,
this
like,
part."
The coolest thing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. And I also like that you can add the decals and then colorization and everything too.
The customization, that's what I was worried about.
That's my favorite.
I'm glad that it's there.
Okay.
So, it's just so good. You can, you know, it's a classic. You can pick any
There was
color.
nothing
But
in
you
there.
can
I don't know
pick,
why I
like,
drank from it.
any color on any color. Like the parts, each individual part has like, I think 6 different colors
Please
to choose
do
from.
geek out on this because
Yeah.
I totally love that.
You can change the materials. You can make it like shine. You can have you can add patterns and stuff. You can make it like rusty, and it just went absolutely ham this time.
I am so excited.
On the customization, it's awesome.
I had
Hard
this
as a
idea
muff.
because you know Armored Core
That's what
obviously
ham
has
means if
model
you don't know.
kits. I'm thinking I can make a model kit that's exactly like the one I have in game.
That would be so.
You know what I
cool.
mean? I mean, you could do that too.
I could do that.
You
I
could
could
do that.
I would
but then
treasure that forever.
We might have like a bunch of ACs after this, right?
Yeah. Oh, I already have 5 ready to go for the PvP segment. I'm super
Hey.
excited to
Oh,
show
the
off to you guys.
PvP is going to be crazy.
I guess that's what they're gonna
I
end it
mean,
with.
no one's ever really seen it yet. I mean, this is the
This is
worldwide
it.
debut. It's
I'm
going to be
so
crazy.
excited.
I mean, do you have any words for your competition right now?
Ooh.
Yeah, do you have any words?
It's a little unfair since Cowboy's not in the room with me.
It's
but,
not unfair. I mean,
you know,
it's
good luck.
okay.
Good luck, Cowboy. That's what I have to say. Good luck.
Okay. Well, I mean, is there anything else that you can tell the people at home that's watching right now about Armored Core? You know, like what you love most about this game in particular?
A lot of people are worried that this game is going to be too Souls-like, right?
I see.
That's a word
Right.
that goes around a lot. And I can say that this is the Armored Core we know and love. You know, this is Armored Core to a T. After playing it, it's just perfect. It's exactly what we wanted. For 10 years of waiting, you know, and they nailed it. It couldn't have been any better.
I mean, just hearing that from you and everyone here has blown me away. Because the last one I've played personally was 3, and then that was a long time ago, and I really am excited because they do take some elements of older games and put it into this game.
Yes.
Which I think is so awesome, you know?
Yeah.
And, well, I mean, now that we have PvP and you can play with your friends, you already have a group of friends that you're gonna bring onto your, you know.
Oh, yeah. We're getting the old clan back from 5 together again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you want to give a shout out to any of them?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, Joker King and Luke. Those are my 2 like go-tos. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And Lightning Count, of course. Gosh,
that's
we'll
awesome.
go on all day, but yeah.
I'm really excited to join in with my community. I know that the community is really large. I mean, it was smaller and niche before, but then it's just going to get really big. I mean, I'm sure you're excited about that too.
Oh my gosh, this is Armored Core's moment. You know, for years, and it's sort of been a little niche, but I think now that you know, FromSoft has gotten so huge after Elden Ring that it's finally going to see the light of day. I mean, this production value and everything here is just incredible.
I just
like
can't
I'm blown
wait.
away.
I mean, it's a dream come true to many of us. We're so excited to be here. This is
to nerd
crazy.
out so hard. You know?
No, please nerd out. Like we are here to nerd out, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
You know, I'm just excited because I'm hoping for more kits.
Oh my gosh.
You know, some more model kits or something. I mean. I do think whoa.
The collector's edition statue.
Oh, that one's really nice.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I think that, you know, I do want to ask you, are there any tips and tricks for this game in particular that you can give everyone else that are new to this game?
So the main thing that I was sort of trying to go over in my gameplay segment is that change your mech, adapt to the situation. You know, if if something isn't taking a lot of damage from like a kinetic weapon, which are like the normal guns,
I see.
try using a laser weapon. Maybe it's weak to laser energy damage. Just adapt to the situation.
Right.
Go into assembly, change out your parts, your legs, your weapons, your shoulders, anything, and just try stuff. Try stuff, and you'll be surprised how effective stuff can be.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I feel like our segment is just us geeking out, and I love that.
Yeah, I know. It's been fun.
But, you know, thank you so much.
Oh,
that was
thank
awesome
you.
gameplay, and good luck with the PvP later.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for the insights. With all that
we
information
do the
in
PvP
mind,
now? Y'all
let's take
talking.
a quick break
Y'all
before we
chatting.
come back to
A
our
break?
awesome PvP segment. Yeah.
Oh, so what they need a second to set up the session, or what? They should have production people back there setting the shit up. What do you mean taking a break? What are you gonna do? Show another trailer? Wow, they dead ass took a break for 5 minutes. And they gonna show this trailer. Wow, okay. They dead ass took a break.
Wake the dog up.
Oh shit. That's funny. That's mad funny. Alright, well, we gonna throw it on B-roll. I'm gonna take a break too. Since we doing breaks, I'm gonna take a break too.
Activating
I'll be back.
cerebral coral control device. Augmented human C4621 has awakened.
One of the infamous handler Walter's hounds. Interesting. You ready to climb the wall?
Call sign Raven. Priority subject for termination. High on the list.
A coral response from the generator. Watch out.
Why hide behind another's call sign?
Let's see how far they can fly. On borrowed wings.
All right, we back. We back. We gonna do this PvP or what? Let's get it.
Welcome back, everyone. Before
Who
we
this
get
nigga?
into
Who
the
this?
frenzy of PvP, I would like
Look
to
like a
introduce
pilot.
you to Zealous from Armored Core Legacy, who will be our commentator today.
Fantastic to be here. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for being here. I'm so happy to see you. Zealous, oh my gosh. It is nice to see you. It is really nice to see you. Behind the scenes, we have From Chang and Cleric playing PvP together. Zealous, can you tell us a little bit more about Armored Core Legacy?
Yeah, I'd love to speak to that here.
Yeah.
So the project came about a little over 10 years ago. This was during the Armored Core 5 Verdict Day era. During that time, in
Armored Core Legacy.
came to a few.
They got a
members of the
YouTube
Midwest
channel,
team,
y'all.
Myself,
Go ahead and check it out.
With the stay as other team member.
Right.
And
I'm gonna
also
subscribe.
from, Cleric, who's here today. He's going to be in for PvP, of course, PvP session. And
He's awesome. Yeah.
the idea that we had, and that Cheng proposed to us was come up with a fan site to help support the Armored Core community from the grassroots and the very base and kind of build up the foundation. So as far as what we do, if it's Armored Core related, we love to post it. It's been fun to have that torch burning during this period, during this 10 years, something that we've had and then we've had going for it. So but speaking of the legacy of Armored Core, there's a lot involved in that. It's not just the games, it's not just the classics, because Armored Core has ranged since PS1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. Obviously, we skipped the PS4 era, and we're in here to current. But we also chronicle the history of the competitive scene in the tournaments. A lot of you out there may not know it, but Armored Core had a very, very, very bright, vibrant tournament scene, PvP scene. In fact, driving across state lines, that was not a uncommon thing we did. I remember lugging the big CRTVs around, like the PS2s and the memory cards and all
history is so rich.
The whole deal. It's kind of like the start of the fighting game community. If anything,
That it really did. And it did inspire me hearing all of the story with you, especially with community. Exactly.
We had there was the Midwest scene, there was the West Coast, the California scene, which had the biggest, baddest tournament outside of Japan, Masters of California.
Wow.
We had an East Coast scene and also the Southern scene too. So there's so many events encapsulated in all that, and part of our goal too was to help capture that tournament history and to speak to it and everything. And you look at it too, as far as the currency of the forums. Armored Core Universe, Raven Republic. There's so many forums in this ecosystem that really made up AAC. So our goal was to really try to speak to those things, try to just support from the background and do what we could.
That's amazing. Armored Core Legacy, I hope you guys last forever, and I hope that you grow.
Thank you.
They knew they'd be out. They're going to grow, especially once this game pop off. There's going to be a lot of new fans coming in. I promise you.
For this showcase. And with that, let's explain the format of what we will be seeing today.
PvP, 3-on-3.
In Armored Core 6, you can select from 1v1 or 3v3.
And a 3v3 is a test of endurance with teams earning points over a set time.
Today we will be watching a 3v3 with Ouroboros and Fighting Cowboy as team captains.
Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping.
Namco team member as well as an Armored Core Legacy player supporting each cap.
Our Armored Core Legacy
to balance it out,
okay. Will be joining Ouroboros and Cleric will be on Team Fighting Cowboy.
Right on. I'll tell you what. Fighting Cowboy and Ouroboros specifically, we have this kind of bloodbath going. Between them, there's this rivalry. It's hilarious. Look, I've been listening to it all day. The banter in the hall, the banter at lunch, and everything. These guys are ready to get to go for each other.
You know what? I do remember the story that on social media that they were posting pictures.
Yeah, you probably heard of some of this.
They're trolling back and forth.
The trash talk has already started, and this is great because this brings back memories of the tournament scene. We do this same thing. You start beforehand, you start during, and it goes after. So I can't.
This PvP section.
This is the section.
This is what we're all waiting for.
Absolutely.
I was scouring the internet, and obviously we're doing this today, and I know that there's no PvP online.
Right.
This is the debut.
Exactly.
And I've been, I even watched the Japan one, and I was like, we're going to see some good stuff today.
That's the important thing here. We don't have anything canned. There's nothing pre-recorded here. Everything with PvP
Everything
is going to be live right here.
We live, baby.
I'm so excited
to go through this.
This is chaotic.
I know. Well, I mean, you're friends.
This is very chaotic.
Some of the team captains, but
Chang and Eric, etc. But hey, as far as where things go, we'll see where it takes us. It's hard to pick favorites here.
Oh man, I mean, for PvP in general, what is the most important thing when you're thinking about doing, like playing with others in Armored Core? What is the most important thing that you would like to tell anyone if they're just starting out and they're playing with their friends?
Yeah, if you're playing with your friends and you're getting into versus, I'd encourage you, don't let nerves get to you about I don't have like the meta build of the day, or I'm not using like the main like current thing, or whatever flavor of the day it is. Get in, enjoy your designs. Maybe you ran something in the missions and PvE you like using. Get in and use that. If it doesn't work for you, look, what's the worst outcome? You can come in, you can change your design around, you can recustomize and actually go back in and check it out. So a big part of PvP is just getting in there and just engaging, just doing. You know, and I think that mental game, getting over that own check mark in your own head is really key, really crucial stuff.
Oh man, look at this.
Well, look at this. We got taking some footage here in the action, in the heat of things. Fighting Cowboy, running this tank, he's been an absolute bruiser setting up here. Or trying to get in and play.
Dude in there.
He is a beefy dude. Beefy dude IRL, beefy dude. If you look at his tank.
Look at that. He wasn't joking when he was talking to you earlier.
He wasn't.
Yeah, look at that.
Going down, taking the first down. Now, I got to make it a really important note here. Something's happening here we didn't have in the previous Hardcore games. There is a respawn system, and there's a point system you see up there that's happening at the top of the screen. Past AC games, if you were out, you were out. That was it. But not here. You get a timer, and the longer you stay alive, the more points you're actually worth. We're actually zooming in, going to be looking at some of the strategies everybody's putting down. Oro going down after putting out the assault armor. He's ready to push your opponent back here.
He's ready to come back.
But he's chomping at the bit. He's chomping at the bit. He's ready to get back in.
He's thinking now. He's like, okay, you think you're playing. I'm not playing.
We're going to be zoning the strategies that everybody's going to be putting forward and using here. Oro's getting right back in there with the assault boost. Really the new version of over boost. Those of you who played Armored Core 2 and beyond, you're going to remember where we were standing with that.
And all the parts that are moving right now, they're controlling every single piece of that.
Exactly. You know, now there is it's important to note, they're not using every single part that's available. There's a list, kind of a can list of parts we can use today, because we can't use everything.
Oh, I see.
But let me tell you what, everyone is putting these to max use as far as their builds. We got lightweights, heavyweights, and everyone's come out with some multiple designs. I definitely want to play to some of the granular things that are going to be happening.
They're going crazy.
See that stagger
this is
bar
very chaotic.
Oh, yeah.
Staggered.
You definitely want to build that stagger.
Full
and he
combo
did.
and down.
Oh, man, look at him smiling.
And
look at him.
Fighting Cowboys loving this. See, I told you, blood in the water. It's blood in the water.
Oh, they love each other. I'm sure they love each other, right? They love each other.
Some. There's a lot of love lost. A lot of it. Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Got to speak to the gameplay loop that happens here. Again, setting up those stuns, you can't. Sometimes you're not always in a position to take advantage of them. But a good portion is to be ready. Make sure your weapons aren't overheat. Chain stun, get that boost kick in, the blade, whatever you can to put your opponent down. In the chaos of PvP here, sometimes you get ambushed, like fighting Cowboy here, taking the blade to behind. Madness. Even if even if you got the awareness and wherewithal to really stay in this, you can still.
I feel like Oro is super focused right now.
He is.
He's like, I gotta get this guy fighting Cowboy. Okay. Oh.
Oro taking another down. The Alpha team up 1720, but Beta at 1824 here. There it is.
Man.
There it is.
There you go.
And fighting Cowboy with the business.
Wow, that was intense.
Fighting Cowboy with the dub. I had Ouroboros. I thought Ouroboros was a better player.
Man.
Oh, well, I mean, like, what do you have to say about that? Like, what did you notice about their gameplay and also their, ACs?
Right.
Like, what do you have done differently?
Obviously, definitely. I always say, hindsight's 20/20, right? Or like, backseat piloting, as it were. But seriously, obviously, there's a real melee when it comes to PvP. That the chaos of the scene, dealing with things in the moment.
Right.
One thing I did see a lot of is there's a lot of team play. There's a lot of focused targeting. You notice when there was a stagger that happened on someone specific in the opposite team, everybody else would swarm around, really focus, zone in on them, and try to take full advantage of that. That's the key. As far as doing things different, it's difficult to discern that because it's something you have to think about in real time. You're listening to your team members. Those of you who play Armored Core 5 and Verdict Day, you'd be familiar with this. You're trying to coordinate with them. You don't want to be the guy to rush out too fast or get caught out. Maybe you're too far ahead of your
Communication
team.
is very important.
Or you might be hanging too far back and you're not giving them the kind of fire support they need. Hey,
I think that all these tips are going to be very critical for a lot of people playing, and this might be the first time that they're playing an Armored Core game. I mean, is there anything that you can possibly give to our viewers at home, like some tips, like as a new player?
Yeah. The biggest thing as a new player, get a control scheme that's comfortable to you. You'll notice when you guys come in, if you're setting up with gamepad,
switch the buttons around.
A, B, and C
Right.
for the control. You can really sit down. You can also make your own custom control layout. That's certainly what I've done. I have a variation of Type A controls that I like to use.
I did that too, but you know, let's join our players because
yeah, here we are. We're coming back into another match.
They're bringing out the builds
Take a
now.
pan of our team.
They're bringing out the builds.
Look how great they
They're
are.
showing off.
Everybody's got their emblems ready to go.
Look at that. That's
Cleric by his
beautiful.
side in the white Graviton tank. And we've got Team Green Screen, the glitch in the Matrix here.
They all got it thought out.
They tricked out. Camo versus the
Chang
green.
here, ready live to kick off. Quad Alpha Beta, our second round of PvP coming in here live for AC6.
I still can't believe we're doing PvP today. This is insane.
This is...
I know that my community at home is freaking out right
And
now.
look, the Gundam fans, if you got anybody coming from that, they gotta
All
be
of
digging this
them.
right now.
This
So,
is the game,
This
you know?
is the game. This is it. This
and
is
when
it.
you play, it feels weighty. It feels
There's weight and
amazing.
heft to your AC.
Yes.
And, there's just that chunkiness to everything you're doing. So Fighting Cowboy taking advantage of the new feature of quads here. If you're a quad fanatic like myself, I love quad gameplay. Quads have become super aerial now. Fighting Cowboy just taking this position.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go quads.
Raining down
The tetrapod, yep.
They're taking advantage of that 360 view. Like, look at that.
Absolutely. And then just reestablishing position as soon as he gets his energy set. Really taking a good job to manage his generator, his energy. Panning back into Ouroboros, who is also running a quad, running dual back cannons instead of those dual rockets. He's got the dual laser cannons.
Tanks, you kind of stuck to the ground, but you tanky, you hit hard.
So fantastic combo to set up the field. Huge damage. And speaking
But
of
you got,
huge,
but you do have a blind spot though.
Cleric.
He's fucking him up right now.
He's popping off right now.
Yeah, he was wilding.
Trying to use that barrier, using that
But
pulse
you always
barrier.
have to keep in mind of like how much you're using it. Oh, there it goes.
Dude,
Okay.
dude. And there goes Cleric going down. Oro taking a...
Oh yeah, this is going to get nasty.
Sure enough.
The stream's going to get nasty. I'm gonna pep my boys by this game. The stream's going to get nasty on this game. Hell yeah. Once I finish the story, we definitely going to jump into some PvP.
It is a back and forth.
Streams going, it's going to get nasty in the streams.
There's another down. Cowboy taking advantage, getting right back in. Using his pulse shield as well. These are really important. You guys remember the beautiful, beautiful boost kick coming from Fighting Cowboy. If you remember the extension parts in previous Armored Core games, it's kind of like that. You get core ability extensions you can make use of. Cowboy going down here. Big plummet. Somebody finally looking up and taking the quad out of the air.
Though. You know, there's revenge in this game. I'm sure.
Showing you that, you know, even quads going aerial, that does not make you invincible. Sometimes that can make you a sitting duck.
Right.
Check this out. Whoa.
Everything moves so fast as well.
Yeah, it's fast and chaotic.
And fast as well.
You do. Not just with your own AC, lining up your own attacks, but also trying to coordinate the best you
with
can.
Your team.
With your team. Huge stun here going down on Cleric, and Cleric takes the down.
And once the game comes out, you already know.
Oh,
People are just taking advantage of all the customizable pieces that they can do with their AC.
Yeah, he was bound to go down.
Trying to reorient.
He was bound to go down.
Dice. And again, notice you cannot use anybody who's worried about the whole repair.
Can't use repairs,
that's
yeah.
in PvE. You cannot use those in PvP. So you have to deal with the set of AP that you've got set up here.
There's only 2 minutes left.
2 minutes. Making the
Anything
most
can
of it.
happen.
Alpha team with a huge jump, going up to 1192. Holding a substantial lead here. Fighting Cowboy taken to the skies again, and really trying to really paint himself as the villain.
I think so.
In this story.
But he's smiling the whole time, so he's definitely a villain.
He's loving it. He's loving it.
The perfect villain's always smiling.
Aren't
Good lock on.
They're taking everyone down.
Good lock on. He's fucking him up.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Especially when he was talking about like how he likes his ACs. You know, he doesn't play around.
He does not.
No.
You're going to have to come down eventually. Your boost about to run out.
I love that. Look at this, the color scheme on his AC.
He's got the camo going.
It looks great.
I know, it's fantastic, fantastic. Cowboy finally taking that down to the ground, going in with Assault Boost. Important note here, when you use Assault Boost / Overboost, we're actually encouraged to do that. You shave a little bit of damage you're taking yourself, but you also deal a little bit more damage.
Good down.
Too. So really getting in. Speaking of getting in to do
I
work.
saw that.
Fighting Cowboy, fighting for his life here, popping that pulse, getting back in the air, getting a brand new stun off to Orlo's quad. It's gotten personal now. It's gotten personal.
It's real close right now. It's like,
you got him.
Cowboy taking the down. I know Oro's got to be enjoying that.
This is intense.
My God.
This is chaotic and
I
intense.
literally, I can't breathe. This is it. This is. I already want to play.
It's
Oh
high
my
test.
gosh.
It's high test, but beta team still trying to swing back here at 10:44.
SmackDown is
over
on.
to
Cut the
Alpha
TV on.
1692. Where are we going from here? Oro with low AP, 1558. He's going to do what he can with this last bit of AP. We got 15 seconds in the round. Let's see what happens with this hustle. Oro going down. Obviously, his core expansion being used. The rest of his team trying to pull together here. This 5 seconds, last 5 seconds.
Let's go.
That countdown, and it is over. Finished.
Oh.
We have Alpha Team up 1958.
No more gun. No more gunboat.
There it is. And finding
Dude,
Cowboy just taking some time to relish this. Relishing this kill.
That was amazing. How did you guys think about that at home? I mean, that PvP was so crazy.
Guys,
it was so good.
If that doesn't get you guys hyped, I'm not sure what does. I mean,
It is our world premiere.
And this has come so far
Yeah.
from, I mean, the PvP of like Last Raven or
Right.
some of the older PS2 games. What we're able to do here now and seeing the team combat, unreal.
It's
Unreal,
fast,
dude.
And in turn, it's also weighty.
Right.
You can feel everything that you're putting onto your unit, and you know that it's doing some damage.
Right.
You know, and you're thinking for the moment when you're using everything. Not one button is not used in this game.
Exactly. Everything is getting utilized. So
Yeah.
the best part, there's a bit of a love letter here. There's something for all of you out there, where, despite where you've come from with Armored Core, those of you who loved Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer, you're probably loving the assault armor that was happening going off there. You'll remember Kojima Particles chorus, detonating your PA shield. Just the difference this time is you don't turn your own self. You don't turn your defenses into paper mache when you let off that assault burst. So it's a really good tool. It can be used defensively, can be used defensively. I think we saw everybody here really putting those tactics into high play today.
So what are the things that, you know, that they're bringing back into this game? I've heard it time and time again from hardcore Armored Core players. What are the things that you noticed? I know Vati mentioned some things too.
Yeah, he pointed to a few things. I'm going to be talking a lot more to combat because I'm still juiced from that
Yeah,
PvP.
for
It's
sure.
just totally insane.
Yes.
One thing that you guys saw put in play is the kick. After like people were doing the assault boost to run in, get in close, and do the boost kick. That comes straight from Armored Core 5. Everyone loved the idea of this very kinetic, visceral idea of just ramming your AC straight into another. And now we can still do that here. The boost kit coming back from AC5. I was just talking about assault armor. That's coming back from AC4, as I say, AC4 Answer. You've got assault boost, aka overboost. That's back from Armored Core 2. You even got part dropping back from Armored Core 3. It's really all over the series.
Oh man,
unbelievable. And we've got our third round of PvP
Let's
setting
go.
up. Let's zone in
go.
here. Squad Alpha.
I think Ouroboros is gonna. He looks like he's ready to take this one.
Here we go. Round 3 of PvP.
Look, Boro's got something to prove here. And
Yeah, he does.
He's not leaving. Look at the Gatling gun layout
I know he's
here.
not. He means
They're not playing this
We've got
time.
an entire team of tanks rolling the dual Gatling guns. Listen, if you guys love the MG-1000 the old Armored Core games, check this out. This new MG is an absolute stagger machine.
I love the Gatling guns. Look at that.
And not just the Gatling guns, we got dual grenade launchers rolling all over the place. These grenade launchers are a callback to the GLL. Those of you who played Armored Core Nexus era, the light grenade launcher, but it still means business. It shoots three grenades each volley. So if you can home in on somebody, you can get 6 grenades off.
Oh, the tank can get up in there too. Oh, that's kind of cool.
We're going to see what can happen coming from Oro here.
And look at them utilizing the whole map here.
Taking advantage of, that new
look
turn
at that.
speed with the tanks.
This is
And
wild.
Oro snapping off those grenade shots.
This is like some anime shit.
Recentering himself, using that quick boost
This is like
very,
some
very well, but
Neo
taking a
Evangelion
turn
Gundam
Yes.
Wing shit.
going down.
Sometimes you can go overboard with that
You can
too.
overcommit. You can
Right.
overcommit. Too easy to do. Too easy to do. And I understand it in the whole melee.
Especially when you're in it, I've noticed that I've done that too. But there's always be mindful of everything that you're doing, even when you're like in the heat of the moment.
Exactly. Both team captains taking a hit or two, but neither are deterred. We got Fighting Cowboy heading right back in with the overboost. He's honing right in. Stuck an obstacle there, but he still gets over it, and he's right back into the melee. Check it out.
That was an 80 AP.
It looks like rolling the shotgun. The rockets really just staying on.
I'm just stunned.
with the
Oh my
assault
gosh.
boost.
Oh.
Didn't build up a full stun, but still
that's
got
right.
some good damage. Still got some good damage out, and that's key. Sometimes you won't be able to stay home for the full deal. You're gonna have to help your team deliver on that. Sometimes let them do the rest of the dirty work. It's
The
okay.
limit is like, it's really easy to kind of go overboard.
It
What
is.
are some tips that you can give people about, like, you know, not doing
back
that too
in
much?
back in 5 and Verdict Day, when we were looking at urban combat like this, you could kick off the walls a lot. Since we don't
Right.
have that here, maps where you have cover, make use of that.
Mhm.
Those of you who are fast, if you're maneuverable, break locks as much as you possibly can.
So break
Another
locks.
assault armor, yeah.
Yeah.
So anybody worried about auto tracking too much, I can't get away from my opponent. If you're moving fast enough, you can still get out of that lock reticle, save yourself some trouble, get out of that train wreck, leave yourself for another day.
Oh man.
Oro getting a rare respite, a breather.
Right. I'm
A
like, what is
breather.
he doing over
Yeah.
here? He's just relaxing.
Sometimes you
He's just
get a
coasting.
little time to coast, reorient. Sometimes you got an opening. If you down enough enemies, you can kind of
Oh.
recenter, recoordinate with your team, bring things back together, tighten back up.
Both
and that's
teams
what we're
was
gonna
doing
need
that. Both
right
teams was
here.
like taking their
As Oro and
time.
gang start to get flanked, but turning that right around, turning the tables, using that 360 turn on tanks. Tell you what, I gotta say this about tanks. Anybody at home watching this, a big weakness of tanks in the past, people try to use their blind spots, but notice you can spin at the torso with tanks now, and it's not as
man,
much
he
of
got
an
him.
issue. And another down, and we're looking at Fighting Cowboy with low AP,
I'm
but just
loving to
not
see
giving
like
up
how
here.
everyone's playstyle is so different in here.
Markedly different. We have some running support a little more.
Right.
Others who are right in, like
Ooh.
Fighting Cowboy,
Rough.
taking us down, but
Rough.
still dishing out as much.
This looks so fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
tenacious.
it's gonna like
They're getting major
the
errors.
streams is about to
I
get
mean,
nasty.
they're just raining down on
I'm telling y'all right
you know?
now.
These dual
Streams
gatlings,
with
by the
this
way,
game,
the sound
it's gonna
design
get
audio
nasty.
is absolutely
PvP
The
modes,
sound of dual miniguns
gonna
going
go
off with
crazy.
the casings raining. There's nothing like it.
You're pretty much like getting a vision. Everything is visually beautiful in this game. You know, you always wonder, how is it going to look? Well, we see right here, this is what you're going to get.
Oh, and we've got a pinning with Oro just circling, circling, and then the full down. Total AP bar just stripped there. Now, one thing, too, which ideally what they want to happen with those grenade launchers.
Right.
Kind of like back in AC4, if you can hit splash damage, that counts for a lot. You don't have to hit an opponent bang on with those grenades. So sometimes taking to the air, not getting that bang on hit, or like here with Oro taking advantage of the stun,
Ooh.
that might be your best play. And we've got a back-to-back
That was
stun.
insane.
Back-to-back stun.
Look at all
Claire
of them come together.
trying
This is
to-
amazing.
Claire trying to get out of this, making use of his pulse shields, but I don't know how much longer he can hold on here. Turn around and focus on Oro. Oh, no, good timing because his teammates got
That
pulled
was
off
a
from the
gr-
action
that
a little
was,
bit.
And the thing is, like, look how they're sticking together too. They're
Still a
trying to
tight
stick in
formation, still a tight formation. It's easy to get caught all the way across the map.
Wait, why are you running
Cases
away?
Like this, but everybody.
You just
is
going toe to
staying
toe with
just
dudes.
succinct, precise.
We got 30 seconds to go. I mean, it could be anyone right
You're
now.
zoning down. Team
Oh, he
Alpha is
trying to-
up
he trying to
18
stall.
20. I heard Team Beta
He trying to
15,
stall.
72. If Alpha just holds on to this with
Because
just
he like they
no
finna
mistakes,
look, they finna
no
win.
touchdowns, we should be
Beta
sailing.
team.
15:04. We can get a couple last minutes. We got 15 seconds on the clock.
Yeah. It is real close right now.
Oro
Gotta pull all those
making his
stops.
push to make a press here. What can we make happen? Oh, and there it is. Team Beta with that swing.
Whoa.
17:47, and Oro is loving
Look at
this.
Oro. I had a feeling Oro was
He
like,
hype.
hey,
He's
He was
loving
it's
this.
my time right now. Look at him.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him with the smile.
He's like, I got this. I know I got this.
And having a chance to go behind the scenes a bit, I know Oro does a lot to juice up his team. He does a
Right.
lot to
That
try to
was
bring
dope.
Ching and everybody in, really getting them into that process, getting
And
them
that's
in.
important,
It
too.
is. You got to get them.
Yeah.
You got to get your team as vicious as you are to get in this. So it looks like we're taking a sec to change schematics. We're going through designs.
This is
here.
great.
Yeah, this guy gives everybody a look at what that schematic loadout
And
looks
these
like.
are the loadouts that he already had ready.
Yeah, so this is the good thing here. You don't have to actually spend time
Mm-hmm.
going through the garage to change, to cycle through each individual part. If you want to go do just load up your design. Again, another feature that became popular as of Armored Core 4,
Right.
coming back, revisiting us here in Armored Core 6.
Amazing. I love hearing about the history that you know.
It's
And this
so
is great.
fun.
This is amazing
It's-
to have all of this together.
It's incredible. It's an incredible love letter. My favorite Armored Core game before this was Last Raven, my #1. But I'll tell you what, this is already taken its place,
See?
and I'm stoked. I'm stoked. It's
I
crazy
mean,
to say that.
That's enough for me. Okay?
If they did
As a
that.
person that only played one of the games in the series, that to me, we played the
That
same
looks
time.
fun.
Right,
When we had the, kind of tested out and everything. And I was like, I wonder how everyone else feels about this game. But we're so busy each playing,
I know,
so.
and they just kind of zoned in here.
Oh.
Well, they jumping in.
Fighting Cowboys he's got to be
Fourth.
feeling the heat a bit, but nonetheless.
think
What
he
they doing? The
likes
best
it.
of
I think
7?
he likes it. I think
Yeah, he likes
he's
it.
in his element here.
Yeah.
You see him. He's still collected, still calm, getting things together with this team. And speaking of,
Like
We have
See,
changed
every
maps.
time
I
they
loved
change
it. I loved this
everything,
one. Wow.
that looks beautiful.
Here we go. We've got a heavily armed quad cowboy there. We got a dual plasma rifles rolling in that reverse joint. Look out for that. I'm going to be talking about explosive
I
damage
can't wait to
happening
see
here.
what he does with that.
Watch the
Bear in mind,
SmackDown.
anybody who remembers, again,
For those of you who watch
you
wrestling.
have 3 different types of
LA
damage
Knight
happening.
versus
An AC5
Austin Theory.
CEKE,
For a shot at the United States Championship that Rey Mysterio just won from
They look like
Austin
claws.
Theory.
Yeah, don't they though? They
look
it's
like
I love the
clippers.
counterweight. It's kind of got an alien design, a look to it. Again, going to work with the plasma rifles right away. This is one of the variable charge weapons you can take advantage of. You can just shoot like Cowboy's doing here. If you want to hold down your triggers, you can charge them up. You'll get a triple explosive burst from each plasma rifle. We might see those used.
He's moving so agile.
But look at this. Look at this.
It's so smooth.
The nice thing about, again, the explosives are that you don't have to be bang on with every shot. Sometimes that shit damage you can add up is just destructive. And, you know, the best part, he's got those explosive missiles on the back, too. Just to set up to really stagger blind, keep opponents off balance.
It's just moving so beautifully right now.
Yeah, unlike the gameplay is smooth. I don't see any drop frames or anything. Like, this is smooth.
Verticality. Speaking
This
of
is definitely smooth.
Cowboy just using these boost hops.
The thing is, like, he's mainly using like all of the all of the map right here, and he's just going all over and making sure that he's covering everything.
Classic circle strafe going on here. Let's change up to Ouroboros, taking to the skies with his quad once again.
And he's a big fan of this too. So let's see.
He's one of the talk it up. I was watching him during the Steam Cleaner play and stuff, go through this stuff. It's great to see him putting the same energy to play in PvP.
This is out of control.
A full snap of grenades off.
I'm just trying to process what's going on. Everybody's popping off.
He had it in him, and he's like, he's letting loose right now.
There's a lot of us out there that call the grenade launcher the problem solver, formerly known as the GNL-15, but again, the GNL.
I'm gonna give you all the
just fantastic work. I love it.
So I can see everything. You can still hear my voice though.
Oh man, Oro caught in a little bit of stuntage here coming from the plasma rifles on the other side, but he still gets out of it. Low in energy, it's easy to overextend your generator cap here, but notice once you hit the ground, the energy fills back up so much faster. So you've got to take advantage of that management. Cowboy trying to take advantage of that aerial.
But he's still smiling, so he's okay.
He's all right.
He's gonna get right back up.
All right, again, but things are still fairly even here at the takedowns. We got Team Alpha at 461 and Beta at 216.
But we still have an ample amount of time. It's 240?
240. It's anyone's game right now as far as what's happening. We were talking about what your time limits be before we were setting up for this, and I think 5 minutes is just right.
Yes.
Get you really immersed, get into that chaos, and get into that havoc. This is beautiful. Again, Cowboy, there's the triple shot, the charged up plasma, followed by the triple missiles and the kick. Those are the kind of combos that we're talking about that need to happen.
Big combos.
Beautiful work by Cowboy. He pays for it. I think Oro's team is getting wise.
You got that glass cannon build.
They're reading him.
Cowboy for this. Trying to get the hard reads going on. We like to see it. Oro getting bold, just willing to take these grenade shots at a mid-air target, hopefully to hit bang on. So when he gets close, there they go! Down to 1029 AP. Again, the longer you can keep yourself alive, the more of a target you make yourself because you stack up more points, the more points you're worth.
And I wonder, like, if they're switching up the play style often, if their teammates are catching up too.
Right.
You know? And that's...
Anybody out there worried about ammo count? You'll notice in the bottom right portion of the screen, ammo seems a lot more generous here in AC6 than we've had it in previous games. And I think no one's really had an issue with that lately, or they had to drop parts. Just look at Cowboy here. I mean, I'm sure he's pressed to respond, but he has got plenty more where that came from. And he is not afraid to show that kind of distinction here.
He's pretty aggressive, too, the way he fights. He's very aggressive.
There is no stop.
That's dead on my birthday. I should have bought tickets.
Getting out of dodge, getting himself clear.
I got family in Philly. I can just
trying to stay in that counter
go out there, go to that, and just stay out there.
I feel like also making sure your meter is not like over.
Right.
Is something that I think a lot of players have to keep in mind.
Right. Using we're in a bit of a just all out in the middle of the open battlefield. Things are really crazy right now. But these tanks you see around the arena, it's an example of some of this cover you can take advantage of. You have too many problems of trying to break a lock. Sometimes it's best just get under that cover, save yourself some trouble, save yourself some hassle, get rid of that aerial assault. speaking of aerial assaults, look at this.
This is just all-out attack.
Fighting Cowboy, digging in with another boost kick after he drops a whole
It feels like
volley
he's
of
already
plasma.
like knowing all of his moves, Oro's moves, you
He
know?
is trying to predict them just a bit ahead of time. We're down to the last 20 seconds. Team Alpha's got the lead right now with 1074.
Oh.
Can they hold on to it? Ah, we got the swing up to 1196. Beta 682. With
Here you go. They're
Off
going
the spawn, 5
crazy
seconds.
right now.
What do we make happen? We're going off, but
Finish.
And
I
there's
was
the
going
finish.
back and forth, back and
Alpha
forth.
Wow.
Up another.
I think they're doing best of
game.
7.
Course, Fighting
So
Cowboy
this will be the 5th game if they play again.
clearly
I was
that
just the
look
4th
of saying,
match.
This is how it should be. This is how it was meant to be.
You know what? All of that PvP is insane. I'm sure that everyone at home, how would you guys feel about that?
That was fire.
Crazy inside.
I know the chat going stupid. Hold on.
Man.
Let me check the chat.
What do you think about like
I know the chat
how
going
your teammates
stupid.
are feeling right now watching this?
They fucking with it. They
It's
throwing
gotta
a
be
mad
pulse
heart.
pounding stuff. You know, I mean, look, the broader community watching this too. I mean, I'm sitting here going crazy just seeing it on screen.
They
Those of you
going
guys
stupid
at
in the
home,
chat.
look, I hope you're digging this as much as we are. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, we
Obviously
are.
super smooth. I know
We're digging
one
as
of the
much as you
biggest
are, for
questions has
sure.
been, what's PvP going to be like? And
Right.
the last thing people wanted was just only a look at that with canned footage. But here we had several matches live. We had the team play happening. We had several different builds used, and you guys got to see everything. The tanks, reverse droids, quads, bypass, the whole deal's in play.
I'm loving this right now.
It's
I'm
killer,
loving
isn't
this
it?
right
It's
now
killer,
too
isn't it? I'm
much.
dying
I
here.
can't.
I'm dying
My
here.
face hurts from smiling. I love it. The thing is, you know, our players are some of the best.
They are.
You know, they are some of the best, and I think that seeing the community get larger from this, I can't wait to see what we're going to be, you know, what's going to be showcased in the future.
And I'll tell you what I'd love to see, just the adaptation, especially in the part of Fighting Cowboy and Oro. They played so many from games.
Right.
You know, and their content, if you guys have ever checked it out and know anything about it, you know, just adapting all those scenes. But coming here to Armored Core and really just digging in just with both hands here and just coming up with the strats on the fly, just the builds. It's just been awesome to see how they'd adapt to just the early week 1 stuff, you know.
And I think that like even new fans, there's a lot of new fans in my community that are really excited about this game
Right.
because they like that weightiness. And I keep on mentioning that, but then when you're, you know, maneuvering around with your AC,
Right.
you're like, this feels right.
It does. It does. There's nothing really like Zone of the Enders quite like about it. You know, there's a real weight, a heft to your ACs.
Yes.
And the cool part about that is you feel that in the verticality. You really have to push your boosters to ascend when you're,
Right.
when you're rising up. You really feel it when you're doing the quick turn motions and everything like that. So it's you put so much of your own personal flavor behind it too, which is unbelievably
Each
high.
piece on the AC is your personality and how you play. It's
Exactly.
very personal, which I
Exactly.
think is the most beautiful part about Armored Core games.
Down to the emblem, down to the paint job, every single part of
Yes.
it. So if you guys are as eager as we are to dig into this, hey, you got a home waiting for you in PvP. Get in
Yep.
there and enjoy it.
I mean, we're watching PvP live, and I can't wait to talk to the players because
Same. I know. We gotta hear their thoughts. I want to hear in this blood riot.
they were,
too,
like I
between
said, they were trolling each other
they
on
were- they
Twitter
were the
earlier.
whole time.
Or
They-
not Twitter, sorry, X. But you know what? Anyway, so let's join our players to get their thoughts on the match.
Let's dive in.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Hey, we're doing great.
What could be better?
Yeah.
Amazing
What
job,
could be better?
everyone. I'm really curious to hear
Is there
your
anything better?
different. Oh, what was that?
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
Oh, okay, awesome. Amazing job, everyone. We thought you killed it out there.
Absolutely, guys.
We're really curious to hear your different perspectives of the game.
Go ahead.
Super fun. Yeah. I love the PvP. It's awesome.
So I think the big thing people need to keep in mind here is tank goes boom.
Yes.
And
It does.
and Team Beefy Boys are clearly the champion of this event. With the what was that 3-1?
Yeah, I think it was 3-1.
Oh,
Sounds
3-1?
right.
I thought it was
Sounds
going
right.
back
3-1
and
sounds
forth.
right. Yeah.
And they had to try and meme to win. Oh, it's embarrassing.
Okay. No, it was a good fight, Cowboy. That was
No,
good shooting.
honestly, yeah,
It was.
It was good. No, honestly, it feels amazing. Just when you think you have a beat on somebody, next thing you know, you're getting stunned from behind, and you have to change angles, and then the dynamic of having to go for the guy worth extra points. Yeah, it's a dogfight is that doesn't even come close to describing how it feels to actually play it.
The 3v3 is absolute chaos, and I loved it. It was good, right? Yeah. Like we were calling out, screaming to each other in the room, like trying to focus different players. It was awesome. It was so much fun.
Yeah, we were calling out targets, 0-1, 0-3, 0-0.
Yeah, Cowboy, I think I heard you from over the other room, dude. Yeah, you're so loud.
Absolutely awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, it's looking like we might have a little bit of room for redemption, a little time to throw things back in.
Oh.
Yes. What would you guys say for another shot to keep this whole blood feud going? You want to let Cowboys team run away with this Oro chain? You guys got something to say about it?
What do you think?
Yeah, because I'm feeling this rivalry.
Run it.
A lot
Run it.
more is being thick.
Run it.
Partner,
Do it again.
Yeah, we're having the salty run back here.
We're
all for the salty run back.
We're gonna run this back.
Okay.
We're gonna run this
Okay.
back. We got the
I'm
time.
ready.
We're willing. We got the team here. Let's run it back. Get ready for another best of 5. Let's hear it, guys. Get hype in the house. Team Ouroboros, Team Fighting Cowboy, back in the mix. Let's settle this. Awesome.
I mean, even if Ouroboros,
I
if Ouroboros
I can't
wins,
believe that we're doing another
he's
PvP
still down
match.
3-2. He's still down 3-2.
Time for it. You know, we'd only initially planned maybe just to have that one segment, but you see here.
This is why I like live podcasts.
I think
because
they
we can
planned
think of these
for
things on the fly.
an hour 30.
I was like, we're really going to do another PvP
90
match?
minutes. So they had one more. They had one more.
I can handle it.
I'm all about it.
I think that he's getting really heated though. His blood's boiling. I can tell Oro is like,
he is.
Let's go.
Oro's not willing to let this stand, but Fighting Cowboy just kind of pushing him off. Said, hey man, you can try, but I can't guarantee any results. We're gonna see what happens with this next set of 5 and see if there could be any kind of redemption here.
I'm very curious about their, rivalry. Actually, I'm probably gonna look it up later.
Look into it. Kind of dig into things. But we the whole day in the studio and beforehand, we've been hearing the trash talk between them. I love it. I didn't
get to hear it, but then I'm hearing it now, and it's amazing.
Now you see it live.
Yeah, and now I'm hoping that after the game releases, I'm excited to see them play again.
Oh, well, everybody will be back in. Hopefully we get a chance to mix it up with everybody and jump in.
And I hope I can play with you too.
Oh,
that would be
same
really
here,
awesome.
Same here.
I would love to team up because now that the community is getting bigger, I want to join in on the fun too.
You should. This is
Indeed.
Especially anybody who's really enjoyed the whole complement of From Games. Again, there's so many potential new fans, and you guys really got the opportunity to help push this well into the future. So hey, I encourage you guys, hop in, join in PvP. Of course, this is just proof, stone cold copy proof that beating the game isn't the end. Getting the multiple endings, whatever parts you find, that's just the start.
Yeah.
You get in here in PvP, and that's where you apply everything you found.
And the customization is the thing that I think is the best thing that I can visually see, because I'm a nut for that. Like just customizing to the T of how I want.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was wondering about the customization.
The best part, even if you've done your homework on the parts, let's say you've got the internals, the generator, the fire control system, you got everything you want. You think you got a weapon loadout you want. Then things come to the paint scheme and the emblem editor. Anybody who likes spending time in that, look, like the emblem editor is the most robust it's ever been in this version of AC. So
Beautiful.
I mean, if you like to spend hours just popping down emblems, place stuff all over your AC, you've got a chance to.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
And we're back on another PvP match.
Throwing things back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Continuing on with Squad Alpha. That is Fighting Cowboys team. Eric, ready in gang, ready to go here against Oro. And from Cheng, looking for some redemption here and looking at a chance to get back with John.
I love their
Rubicon
color
assisting.
scheme.
Still trying to break the game with that Matrix glitch look. You think they're trying to use the green screen? I don't know here. Somebody call them on something illegal.
Let's get it.
Right to the races and a brand new map
I love
here.
watching their tactics here. Let's see.
So here, this is going to be really interesting in this map. There's a lot less cover, and anybody familiar with classic Armored Core, this is a lot like the old school arena map. A nice big open area, no huge amounts of cover to worry about. Really here, you can't depend on the value of a lot of cover. You really just got to be aware, both aerial and on ground. Speaking of which, here we go with Cowboy again using these grenades. Already low on AP. But just totally shrugging off what's happening behind him. He wants this quad.
He's very aggressive. He's one of the most aggressive players I've seen.
I can respect that. Cowboy just not deterred. Not deterred. He zones in on his target. He wants to get that job done. My God, he tries to make it happen. Oro on the way here. Also, the fresh spawn himself, just jumping right in on things. Oh, the blade. The back. Choose not to do the double hit. Zone in one more time. And is instead going to just choose to back off a little bit. There's the blade combo from Oro.
They going crazy. I thought I was looking at wrestling.
His shield with
DDT.
Oh, the price for that overcommitment.
It's LA Knight versus Austin Theory.
It's punishing too.
It is. It is. Very,
especially if you get a little greedy, you know. They're punishing these players as well.
I can really respect as far as where the punishment comes from as far as getting the stun, because again, like I was saying earlier, you're not always in a good position to take advantage of that stun.
Right.
You know, and the people that can seize it, man.
I just love watching the team action. I think that's super. Super awesome. Oh.
Cowboy getting hit
trying
by
to team up.
Blade from the flank, but no one really had enough to follow up on it. That was a perfect example.
Right.
He might have had the stun, but it didn't end him.
Exactly.
And check it out. Team Alpha is all over this again. It's 854 to Beta's 108. We're trying to get a takedown on Cowboy here to hopefully stack up some points, evening things up. However, this goes to show, even with a ton of armor, you can make a tank just bleed AP. It's already down in the thousands here. Look at this.
Got him.
He didn't go down before fighting Cowboy does. Another stun and popping the shield for pulse fences. And there goes Cowboy.
There you go. Man down.
Fair enough.
Rough.
I love this, how we keep the focus over on the team captains.
Right.
And Oro staying collected. Alpha's up 983.
This mode is just out of control, man.
We have 2 minutes 17 left.
I feel like with those kind of legs, they're very agile.
They are, and in fact, reverse joints, just from my time with the game, they feel a little quicker.
Right.
Than they did in the past.
I was wondering about that because it looks like it's quicker too.
Now in previous ACs, of course, there was like lightweight reverse joints, heavyweight versions, and you've got different weight classes, the types of legs here.
Right.
We see that assault armor going off, and look at this punishment.
That is punishment.
Everybody.
I felt that.
Yeah.
I felt that. Whoa. Oh, look at he's at his limit. Oh.
Unbelievable switchback happening here.
Down,
taking this down again. Absolutely trading hits here, but Alpha coming out the better. 12:03 to Vita 682. Still some time to make something happen here, but steadily running away with the lead.
I'm watching closely. I'm seeing where the teammates can. Oh,
here it is.
Oh, here it is.
Here it is. This double, and check that out. Oro though taking his down, trying to go after Cleric. Sometimes there's always the bigger fish policy. Gracious me. One of the favorite things, we're seeing quads and tanks and plenty. I'm loving this.
It is beautiful. I mean, this whole gameplay is unreal. It does not look.
Doesn't do it justice.
It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, the stream is not going to do the game justice. I mean, the stream has cleared up since it started, but like I still see like that fuzziness that you're only going to get when, you're always going to get when you're streaming.
Yeah, I love hearing about that.
But
because it's very
I'm pretty sure the game looks, from what I could tell, it looks gorgeous. I'm pretty sure they'll re-upload this later in 4K.
Fighting Cowboys got to be happy about that.
And it'll look even better than it looks right now.
Just happy in
I think just in general here, he is loving this. Team Alpha up 1884 to Beta 791.
Even when he's down, he's like, you know what? I don't really care because
I'm playing. The man just doesn't care.
He's having fun. And that's important, especially with team battle,
Absolutely.
Especially if you're like the team leader. You can't be like showing like any signs of weakness. No. Oh,
boy,
5
getting
seconds.
that last down before he goes down. 5 seconds. That'll be enough time to swing things. The finish.
And that's a wrap.
Oro taking this
that's
to
4-1.
The first look at this one. Of this run back best of 5 series going over to fighting Cowboy.
Oh, I felt that one. I felt that one.
Did you saw it in Oro's eyes? He's
I mean, and especially since
that wasn't even a best of 5. That was like a first to 4.
I mean, looking at this PvP, how does it affect you right now? I'm sure it's like crazy.
Oh man, I'm almost like to drop everything right now and run back there myself. And,
I was about to say that earlier.
I'm kind of dying to. Maybe there'll be time after.
Well, no, that was a best of 5 because.
I mean, we're
so
seeing
fun.
it for the first time too,
right,
like live.
Right.
Them playing together. This is intense.
But it's like
And it's gonna be
mathematically,
intense
after a while, it's
all
like
the way
there's no way
through
you can come
Right.
back.
while you're
Even if
playing
you
this
win
game.
that last game,
There's
you can't come
there's
back.
some important context here. You know, I think it was Cowboy was commenting before we came in. He played the role of comms, like a team coordinator back
Right.
during Armored Core 5/Verdict Day.
Right.
And there was a position in the team where you could help coordinate everybody, bring your team together,
Amazing.
kind of direct them where to
Yeah.
go. So to see him kind of taking that knowledge and just
Love it.
getting right in here as a team captain, actually
You can
applying
really
that
see
to gameplay,
it.
visceral stuff. He's absolutely killing it.
I mean, especially for me, I would say like the game, the PvP aspect is what's going to drive me to play the game.
Right.
I think that's
I like hearing that. I love the way you
Yes.
think. Absolutely. That's what drove me to play so long ago when
Yes.
I first stumbled on. It's like an old Yahoo group.
Oh,
for,
great.
for Armored Core, and that led to the whole PHBB
I
forums.
love this
but
history that you're telling us.
It was that need for PvP. I was shocked to even find out there was a scene. I know the closest one I had to me was in the Midwest. Armored Core Midwest Mayhem was held in Janesville, Wisconsin. I was in Illinois at the time, went over state lines to attend, and the rest was history. I could not believe that there was an Armored Core tournament to go attend. So it's, hey.
I've never been to one. I hope that you guys like pop up one some other time. You know, I would be down to go.
We've talked about LAN events as far as just hosting them and doing them. With the advent of the online era, there hasn't
Right.
been as much of a need. Obviously, people being able to play from home and everything. And of course, you guys out there are going to have brand new, plenty of chance to play with AC6.
All right, we're back in it.
But we're getting back. Here we go.
They getting back in.
This
Oh, man.
run back, best of 5. Fighting Cowboy and crew absolutely in their
This is
element.
game
Squad
6.
Alpha
How long they gonna go?
here to post up.
But look at them legs, though.
Look at dim legs, though.
They're dim legs, though. Look at
Good
that.
balance here. Biped, a quad, and a
How long
10.
we gonna? I wonder how long they gonna go.
To their strengths.
We might not get
I'm
back
hoping
to
here,
Final
especially with that
Fantasy
kind of setup, is to,
16 tonight, yo. We might have
do
to.
that
We might
tank, get in and with the
be on
engagement.
this.
Hopefully the quad supports in the air with the biped able to pull some tricks, maybe some blade maneuvers from the flanks.
Look
We're
how
going to see
high
how it
he's
unfolds.
going.
And look at this
This
already.
air. Oh my
It's
gosh.
quad versus quad right away, wasting no time. Ouroboros going to work with the dual
This is
laser
intense.
cannons.
Oh man.
Absolutely on fire here.
Oh, they're trying something different right now.
Fighting Cowboy taken back to the streets here.
Yeah, he's taking it back. That is.
Forced to pop that pulse through.
That is a
And getting the boost kick back for revenge, running right into a spat of assault armor, and he's about to take it down here.
Oh, he's.
That's,
you gotta be careful there.
He just,
gotta be
they
careful.
collected with interest.
Oh,
with interest. Cowboy
ouch.
taking really down. Yeah, the team offered like 219 base, 141.
Ouroboros like, nah,
Still
we not
very
going
fresh
out
in
like
this
that.
set. And
We got to
John
get at
Luke
least
going
one more
down
dub.
over on Ouroboros' side, trying to get back in. Hopefully Cheng and Oro trying to hold the fort until he arrives, gets a chance to speed back over.
Right.
That's going to be trouble. That biped's coming in a little light, swinging with some heavyweights here. He's going to have to really watch his step. Speaking of watch his step, huge loss AP
I
coming
feel
in.
like they're so focused right now.
They are. Look, it's the same thing, you know, back at the old LAN tournaments and being in person, about the amount of focus you have to give
Right.
this and really zoning in, digging into every aspect of play here. Your energy management, this is critical. Playing it to how well your AP's holding up, what your team's doing. There are always
definitely
a
agree with
million
that.
and one things to watch at any given time with what we have happening here. And we're seeing that play out right before our eyes.
They're doing a magnificent job, though, especially with the combat being so intense.
Right. Now, some of you out there were worried that
intense.
you'd be able just to lock and permanently follow
Correct.
someone. I hope you guys out there
I got
seeing
shoved.
that a lock does not mean you're going to be
I
able
got
to track
hard
someone
shoved.
I
forever.
wonder, like,
Right.
if you're playing
Right. And I know that people were talking about that online, and they don't have to worry
Absolutely.
about that.
like
Fighting Cowboy taking a
PvP,
slight break, refresh his energy.
is
here,
everything
but
unlocked?
He's right
or
back
is it
in the
based
mix.
on what
Using
you've
that assault
unlocked in
boost.
the story?
And we're over to Oro, who's taken back to the skies. He is really remaining the skies here. And the difference between their play, both Oro and Fighting Cowboys are team captains, really taking advantage of quads. Oro is more like to go to the air here, while Cowboy tends to stick to the ground, uses that assault boost to really high frequency. Loving what we're seeing out of
I
both
love
these
all
guys.
the different tactics they're using. Especially, it's pretty vast.
It
You know,
is,
they're
it
playing
is.
very differently, but still killing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It shows you there is no limit where people want to take things here.
Oh.
And Oro taking some hits from the flank, but he managed to shake that off, focusing in, zoning in, sensing some blood in the water, trying to finish off this quad.
I think 5 minutes is a perfect time
It's
for
it's
these
perfect.
battles
It keeps
because
things intense, it keeps you involved, things don't drag out
Right.
too long, and it keeps that hype high,
Yes.
that energy that we love to have.
Exactly.
Well, Alpha once again is starting to pull away.
With Oro taking another down.
ouch.
Alpha.
They just better.
67.
They just
But
better,
we're probably
man.
gonna watch him like get back right up.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Oro's known
5
to
to
be
1,
doing that,
man.
You know?
He is.
He's
About
like
to
he's
be.
very, you know, he likes his revenge.
Down, but not out. Down, but not out. Let's see what we can make happen. Oro with the fresh set of AP.
I know they was talking heavy on Twitter before this.
Ooh, gotta be careful.
I know
Gotta be
Ouroboros
careful.
feel like, damn,
Still be pretty good. Still
I got
it
embarrassed
happened
on here.
in the air. He wasn't surrounded.
Right.
He was able to get himself to safety, and now he's kind of zoned himself into a 2-on-1 situation.
Oh
here.
no.
Taking a, you guys saw it. I mean, look, he was 7,000 something AP a bit ago, and now we're looking at a 108 AP back against the wall. Look, the tide can turn on a dime in games like this.
Especially with teammates that, you know, that know what you're going to do
And
next.
everyone's in coordination. Manages to get himself some air, but he's being gunned for here because everybody sees how low he is, and they're trying to fish that
They're
kill.
trying to support him right now, but it's just, they move too fast, I think.
Stay up. There it goes. There it goes. And Fighting Cowboy in the mix again. Somebody tell this man it was supposed to be an exhibition. Taking everything to heart.
Yeah, he's just eating it up. He's like, this is mine.
Unreal.
Oh my gosh.
Just
44
absolutely
seconds.
Taking his opponent here. And the team really has almost a double lead here. Command
It's over.
1486 to 18.
He's dominating.
Yeah.
Cleric celebrating the double blade.
That's amazing.
1595 with 30 seconds remaining on the clock.
Let's see something. We want to see something.
Can there be any kind of turnabout? The assault armor going off on Cowboy's target, but just calmly.
He's killing with the missiles, the homing missiles.
Oro just trying to scrap to stay alive, but it's not going to be enough. Going down with 10 seconds remaining on the clock. But Team Beta to 1934. What can happen here? We got 5 seconds.
I mean, anything can happen. We'll see. Oh, but Fighting
Nice
Cowboy
over.
is standing his ground.
Alpha
To
Team
the
won
finish.
again. That's like 5-1. 5-1. Stop the
Team
bleeding.
Alpha with that commanding lead. Again,
He's tight. He's tight.
Again.
You can tell he's mad.
Cleric and Fighting Cowboy making a statement here at our first live look
And
at
he-
PvP.
He's
What
just
a
so
set.
satisfied with
Look,
himself right
look
now.
at it. You see it.
He's just
you see
glowing.
It. You see it.
Oh my gosh.
Playing the villain and relishing every second of it. You know, he's gonna have words. He's gonna have words when we come back. I'm loving
I did have a question for you. I mean,
Yeah.
you're seeing all of these units, you know, ACs being used. Do you have any favorite, you know, that they've made, especially
I
like
gotta
for this
say,
battle?
from what I've been seeing, of course I'm going to be partial. Well, there's one right behind me, and we just saw a bunch of them right here in PvP.
Right.
The quads. I gotta say, man, it's a toss-up between Oro's dual laser cannon quad, and I'm
Right.
really liking what Fighting Cowboy is running.
I'm
just
taking
now,
notes
just now
myself.
with the dual missiles.
Yeah, with
Right.
those
He
dual,
just took
the
his
dual
time.
homing
He just
missiles.
sat in the air, took
He
advantage
just
of
sat in the
new,
air,
aerial ability that quads have to really just
aim
rain down
locked
missiles
on,
when he
and
needed
just
to. He was able to
rain
work his
the
ground
rain
game,
fire
get
down
in,
on him.
establish control,
Right.
and really push. I think
All of
both
them just-
those designs speak to a different play style depending how aggressive you want to get,
Yes.
how passive you want to be in your play.
Right.
But both of those really stood out to me.
I think
loved it.
I'm more like Cowboy, actually. I'm very aggressive.
Okay,
So
good.
I'm studying everything that he has on his AC.
Absolutely.
And I'm just putting it here.
That's
But then
what
I
I'm
have to be
talking
very
about.
careful for my AP
You
as
do.
well.
You do.
That's the one thing that I kept on going overboard when I was playing Armored Core.
It's easy to overcommit in the moment. You get in, you start pushing your
It's pretty
generator, and
intense.
before you know it, you're stripped to 6,000 AP, and you said, "What happened?"
That was
what
me.
happened?
That was me when I was playing the first time. When we got our hands on
Yeah.
Armored Core 6, when I was playing, I was just going over, and I was like, I got to keep in mind not to be too hungry.
Right.
Be hungry enough.
Exactly.
And we were seeing that with Cowboy, and I loved his play style. It was great.
Yeah, an important note here too. I mean, just imagine we haven't even seen the spread of weapons fully yet. There's still so much to unlock.
Right.
We're working with a limited set of weapons we can actually show today, but everyone here really just making a fantastic showcase of what's
They
possible.
are, and they're just using all, you know, their best builds right now that
Yeah.
they can do in the game, and it's been such a delight.
Team Alpha changing things up and getting mobile, and it sounds like Fighting Cowboys team suspected this. The triple tank rollout with
Hey,
the
I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
They running it back
all about
again.
this.
Team Oro.
They
in for
running
the
it back
heavyweight
again.
slugfest here, coming in.
The Gatlings, you know, they're just all of them.
I love it. I love it. And you know, this is actually great. Traditionally, in the older AC games, you know, the old MG 1000 was so good for missions and whatnot. But you know, people would tend, when it came to the MG 800 or some of the machine guns with slightly less ammo, maybe more accuracy and attack punch played in. But here, the Gatling gun, it's just a stun machine. If you can keep that bead, we're seeing that happen right here. Keeping those streams of fire going. You've got a whole play of stun happening here. Oro just taking his time, cycling between targets, getting that first kill and that first down.
I am studying, like, he's all above him, just raining down right now.
He is. Now, in the same hand, that can be a vulnerable point for quads, because if you hover too long and you forget to allow your movement, use your quick boost, you're going to lose some maneuverability.
Well, obviously, he's right above him, too, and that's a critical thing in this game.
Which is pretty smart, actually.
Yeah.
We're talking about how tanks have less blind spots to deal with right next to them, staying just right over their head. If you can just get in that sweet spot, that Goldilocks zone to rain down those hits. And Ouroboros taking the down early in the match, that's
rough.
Okay still.
But, I mean, he still has time. He still can do this.
Still has time. 224 to 141. We got Team Beta up slightly here. See if they can take advantage of
Team Beta. They're not playing this one. They're trying to get that dub.
Look at, they were face to face this whole time.
On his target,
oh my gosh, that was crazy.
And it's paying off.
That was
here.
intense. Oh, look at him. Oh,
there is no retreat in this man's blood.
Oh gosh.
He saw the opening, and you know what? Look,
he did a full reverse when he was going at him. That is insane.
Sometimes you get those firefights and trades. I'm sure he took it down there, but look, that's textbook. That goes to show there are those times where you can't always be afraid to get in and trade. Go for that firefight. It'll pay off.
Maybe you got to get into the firefight in this game. You have to.
Take that advantage.
It's not really much of an option.
Too. If you know that you have to get in there to make things happen, then obviously we just saw that happen right now, but wow, this is intense.
Looking once more at Oro, setting up a huge stun combo, getting some grenades in midair. Absolutely beautiful stuff.
I'm just loving that they all three have chosen the same thing.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You got a smart use of cover. Our first joint here, really taking Oro around the building, causing him to switch targets. Another stun going off. Let's see what Oro can make of it. With the assault armor hit, taking a kick, but
you definitely want to get those stuns in so you can just like do the major damage.
The more work we could put in, the better, because it all adds up in the end. And Oro trying to take advantage of this grenade swing before he goes down.
Let's go. Oh, he's taking it off.
And Oro's down. 2 minutes on the clock. Team Alpha 392 to Beta 737. Actually, Team Beta starting to get something going here, making something happening. Again, we're on match point for Team Alpha, though. They've already won 2. If they take this, they're going to seal the deal, and it's over, folks. But
I still got, I still have faith.
You're going to hold out hope against hope. I like it.
For Oro.
I like it. We love a comeback story.
Yes.
We've been making the Rocky IV analogies here.
You can do it.
Let's make it happen.
Let's go. The Fighting Cowboy has been just demolishing this whole time.
His tracking has been great. Just the way he's made it.
Right.
Keep beating his opponent.
And also canvassing the ground and just making sure that he's taking advantage of everything.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oro, it's interesting here. Oro is really going to play her during this event. It's just fighting for position. To get that good position, to get in range, just to really rain down. He's not always taking those huge risks, getting in and doing those trades, but he's really set himself up well during this event. It's been good to see. About a minute left on the clock, and Team Beta's actually doing pretty good right now.
They are doing pretty good.
Let's see if that can actually hold out. Oro tracking his next target. Really just ignore what's going on behind him to zone in.
This like
overhead. The team
it's so like I'm quiet because like I'm just trying to soak it in, like everything that's going on right now. Like I don't even know like.
Those people out there looking forward to playing tanks.
Is there really a meta with this, or do you
I
just?
totally feel this play style.
Just go hard, try to kill him.
I'm all about the heavyweight. I love it. This is great.
Oh, this is a huge combo going here. Oro might have went down, but they got a lot of damage off during that time period. So
that was
we'll see where that places points. Alpha trying to close in a bit here, about 6:42, but only 7 seconds left on the clock. Things looking pretty good for Beta. Just they hold out. And it looks like your wishes might come true for Boro's team to stave off the defeat.
I'm not choosing any.
So that's what 5-2.
Anything, but I just wanted to fight for him,
So what, they gonna go to 2 hours?
Oro, we gotta have, we gotta see that.
Oro's liking it, feeling that energy, trying to write that story, that comeback story here.
And I love the alignment of his teams. That was great. I love that.
We saw so much positioning and play through the coverage. You know, I was trying various pieces of terrain and cover. I'm thinking back to some of the old maps that were something like that. Those who played Armored Core 2, you might remember the Edo base. It was sort of like a moon base looking deal,
I've
right?
seen that. Yes.
There was a really tall towers, 2 tall towers.
Yeah.
And you had all the different platforms.
It was
below
beautiful.
Then there was an outer wall you
Yeah.
kind of dealt with. You know, it's just cool to see urban scenes. So, man, we can really go with that and see where things play out from here.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, you reverting back to the history and also, you know, how their play styles now. I mean, the excitement never stops for you.
It doesn't.
Indeed.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
And I could feel that within myself
Excitement
too.
never
Because
stopped
even
for me.
though,
I'm
like I
excited
said,
for this.
I've only played one of these games. This is the game. I already set out a week. And didn't you tell me a story about like what you're doing?
I did. My story even just to get here and play this has been crazy. I'm in the process of moving, getting ready to transfer
Right.
here. You know, we had a bit of time with the game before we got here.
Yes.
Trying to help with some of the files. I got through chapter 2 and everything, but I tried to just carve out time. Sure, 10 minutes. Whether it's 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 30 minutes, whatever I could snipe. Whatever I could get in to play this, and I can't wait to actually get a hold of the full version.
You gotta.
I want the full version already, and I've been telling.
Unpop
the
your collar,
community.
gang.
Sure, some of them watching right now. I'm like,
You gonna have that
don't
mic
call
on.
me unless you're playing. Okay, that's just how it is. How it's going to be.
We jumping in
all right?
again.
I
Another
love
match.
it. I
Here we
love
go.
it. And that swings us right
Yes.
back into match. So again, Team Oro managing to stave off defeat here.
Ready.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. I love that. Oh, the customization is intense. And I feel like every time that I see the, you know, ACs decked out in all different designs, it makes me so excited even more. Because I'm one of those crazy people that will just customize to no end.
Right.
Ah,
Good stuff. The team having a chance to take a look at their setups, get a chance to get set up, take a breather, let things air out, and that's important sometimes. When you're sitting in that hot seat, I've been there myself.
Right.
Sit a moment, breathe.
Kind of reset.
Reset. Recenter. Get set. But don't take too long because we've got the next game coming up here,
Yep.
Squad Alpha.
Let's go.
Pairing up against
Wanna play
Team
beef or
Oro,
play beef?
and they are feeling the tanks. We're going back with
I'm feeling the
heavy.
tanks. I really love the tanks. I'm all about it.
It looks like that armor was really able to see him through last
Right.
match. I think they played well together as far as using the
And
cover,
might as well
making
go
use
with
of
what
things,
works,
and, hey,
right?
You know. So we're back to it. We're back in action.
I love how he's going up. I'm just watching what they're doing right now.
Right.
Let's see here.
So just slowly, just centering, just getting in position here. We've got
There it goes.
high up in the air right away, but they've got a beat on him.
That's a
not
little rough
letting
right
him get-
there.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think this is really important to really just get on those quads that really try to establish their spot early. Don't let them have that aerial advantage. You know, really, if you can, clip the rings, really get on them. Deter them.
Yes, I agree.
Fighting Cowboy
Ooh,
willing to get
major.
in the mix here, and it looks like it's paying off for him. Just trading these bazooka shots and with
He
the dual
never holds
grenades,
back.
he does not.
This is now I'm really seeing like how his play style. He means it.
I think it's that relentlessness. That's
He's very relentless.
really
Yeah.
paid off for him here. I mean, again, he took the down here, but I mean, look at how much
Putting on that
damage he
pressure
caused.
really is making a big difference here.
Yeah, I think it's important to have somebody like that in your team that's
Right.
willing to run the ball down the field, and really just not flinch
Right.
when the pressure's getting going. Good stuff.
And I
And
think
Oro takes a clip, goes down.
And I think they all also feel it too, especially if he's so aggressive.
It was crazy.
They get a little bit like taken back. It feels like.
If I had $1 for every
little,
time I
but
said this
we'll
is crazy,
see.
I'd have a
Maybe
lot of
they're
dollars.
just
I had a
playing
crazy amount of dollars.
They could be
That's
playing
what
the
this
game.
is. This
It's
is
a
like
dance.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
dance.
They could be playing
over the
that.
top
I know I do
action.
when I'm playing
Over the
games.
top mech battling
Oh.
action.
Oh, check it out. Everybody is so in here. Got a lot of that.
I just want to see 3 and 1 just like attacking. That would just
When
be so
that
intense.
happens, that's the big. Those are the hype moments.
I love
We've
that,
had a few
yeah.
of those come through here, but man, is it ever cool?
Oh, here goes.
Fighting Cowboy.
I love how he's like just rotating around his
Keeping locked. He finds a target, he commits, he stays on.
locked on.
Like white on rice.
Ooh.
Takes the point blank tank boost kick. But check that out. His team there to back him up, just swinging in.
It's like a sandwich.
It's good.
Alpha right back on top.
They're on point. You know, they're
Beta stuck on 250.
sandwiches, and they're just shooting up.
Somebody tell them, just hold the avocado there. There's
What I play those, you smart
metal
using
to go around for everybody here,
using
folks.
the building
I'm
as
like,
cover.
what is going on here? But their sandwiches, their competition. That's just. I'm sorry. That's what it looks like. Oh my gosh.
Man,
These heavyweights. My goodness.
I love it. I love it.
Even just watching, I see that they're just being able to stand their ground and also maneuver around so quickly.
Oh yeah.
Even though it doesn't seem as agile as the ones in the air, it's still great. Oh, energy's all rough.
Oro is taking a lot of hits here, and again, if there's anybody, we said.
I think they just want to take them down, like team captain.
Definitely.
It just feels
you
like
see them
that.
done it for the captains. Everybody's doing a really good job identifying those team captains and just really zoning in. And Oro just getting turned into guacamole. the team green. But we're still in there. Team Alpha up 749 to Team Beta 609.
Well, they're trying to close the gap. They're trying to close the gap.
Left on the clock.
Right.
Assault armor going off. I'm loving seeing everybody using this assault armor being both a deterrent, the defense also being a really good offensive tool. Everybody's really taking advantage of that.
No breaks at all.
Cowboy just taking half of his AP and not caring. Not caring.
I mean, the thing
just
is,
focused.
I've been looking at the AP bar, so I'm just like, hold on. Oh,
Wow.
Whoa.
Cowboy blitz. Team Beta not having it.
Beta
trying
came back
to
and took the
claw
lead.
back into this lead. Team Beta's at 717. Alpha's 868. And they got roughly about a minute still.
1 minute left.
To make something
Anything
happen.
can happen.
It is, again, game point for Team Alpha, but can we take things in
Ooh,
overtime?
he's on him, though. You
Like,
see that?
Oh, my. He's tracking so well.
He's so good.
And
at
I can't
this.
describe how important this is. Again, like it's always been with Armored Core, keeping your opponent in that reticle.
Right.
Just keeping that track and just keeping your shot steady. Excellent work.
Beautiful.
Team Alpha going up to 107. And check it out, Boro trying to get out of dodge. Sensing that pressure, that heat, not wanting to go down, but he is just chased down on the street corner.
He's exactly what his name is. Fight Cowboy.
Heinous crimes happening on the block here. Man, look,
Massive
2023. There's no police in this city. Somebody.
For those of you joining in, I'm aware this is not
right
Final
now.
Fantasy
He's like
16.
red bars
I took a break, an intermission, so that we could look at this. It's been going on for about to be 2 hours.
10 seconds.
Oh, man. What's going to happen here?
Turnabout's fair play, but we're about at time with 4 seconds.
Oh.
And finally,
He's got to feel the heat right now.
one, and that's game with Team Alpha.
This PvP is...
Team Alpha,
6-2.
our villain of the hour, fighting Cowboy, relishing the victory. Ouroboros, obviously, hey, saying GG, but man, feeling this.
I'm sure he wants to get revenge.
Oh, you know it.
He's like, oh, this ain't the end.
What we see here is the start.
No,
Yeah, they're going to be playing each other for a long time.
I'm going to call you up later. You know, we're going to do this.
Right.
I feel like it's not going to end.
They probably just let them have a copy early.
Fantastic showcase.
So they can review it and shit.
This PvP is incredible.
It is. It truly is.
Fantastic. All right, we're just getting this in now. Just a little something to come in. Something special's happening. Chat, I want to thank you guys for going crazy out there, for hyping things up.
Yeah, the chat was going
about
crazy.
to have a totally unplanned, but totally
unplanned,
but totally live, but totally real special exhibition by request from you guys out there. A 1v1 on the way. You've seen plenty of team play, the 3v3, but you're wondering what's going to happen when we go to that 1v1, what's been the heart of Armored Core for so long, since Master of the Arena back on PS1 and beforehand. One-on-one is something that has just been the lifeblood of PvP and tournament events. You know, in some of the old tournaments we used to host, the Gauntlet event or the team tournament, those were always a blast. But it's that one-on-one where you really get in, that custom design you came with, you get to see how that plays out in real time.
Yes.
And just in that dual setting,
and we got to
things
do
take a
this
whole
for the
different life.
fans.
And we
got to do it. We got to do it.
So I want to
for
thank
the
you guys
fans.
for going crazy out there, loving this PvP Expo, giving us a chance to be here a little longer and hype things up. Thank you so much.
I'm all for it. I'm like, right when we heard that in our ear, I was like, let's go.
Bring it on.
That is what I want to see.
What a cool announcement.
Oh, man.
So we do get a chance. Hope to carry the blood feud a little more. We'll see if things are going down here. I love it.
While they're getting ready, I mean, I just love seeing all the excitement that's revolved around, Armored Core.
So much.
I think if you guys ever bring back those community events, you got to let everyone know. You know what I mean?
We definitely will. I've already seen people busy, organizing week 1 online
Really?
tournaments, either, making brackets and things like that. I've seen that a few spots on Twitch. I know Dirk Knox and my other friends out there are already trying to help arrange a few things. So it's real hype. We'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes.
I can't wait to see that.
We're very much about letting things happen organically.
Right.
The community really taking a chance to make that life of its own happen with those events and tournaments.
I love hearing that.
We're just going to be on that era of everything being, I think, centralized.
Right.
Armored Core Online, a lot of the old scenes, and man, some of them are still there. AC Garage, Raven Republic, a lot of those old scenes. And we've seen a lot of people come back to support the game in AC6 and have it. So I
it's
can't wait to see what
amazing.
comes
The
out of it.
community always comes back, and
Absolutely.
that's actually we're back with this
we
special
are
match
back.
here.
Special match, Fighting
Special.
Cowboy.
Oh, let's go.
1v1.
1v1, let's go.
It is
This
a
is what we
match.
want to see. We want to see this.
A match of team captains, a story for the ages, starting here live. For you guys,
For you
chat,
guys.
make some noise. Let's go.
Spam the
Here we
emails
go.
right now because this is insane.
We want to see you go crazy out there.
Let's go. Who's gonna win? We don't know. This is gonna be crazy.
This is a real toss-up.
Okay.
This is gonna be a real
I'm gonna zone in right now.
match here. We got Fighting Cowboy running the dual laser cannons here. Obviously, of course, like we've seen his exhibition here, not afraid to get in,
Right.
really start dealing that damage. Oro already in the back foot a bit, but still controlling the range.
And I feel like being very aggressive shows that, also
does.
the distance with the bullets and everything too is just, oh, look at that. Like
Yeah,
how he's
good
getting
clean
it.
movement coming in here from
Right.
Cowboy. I'm a huge fan of Nobi and the old tricks like slide jumping from the old games and
Right.
things like that. Might not be as relevant in this case, but you are rewarded for really
Yes.
getting in and doing damage.
Right.
Phase 1 going to Fighting Cowboy cleanly, taking advantage of that kill.
Also, being able to maneuver that way does help a lot with
It
your
does.
gauges.
It does. And
Yeah.
you'll notice when you do the assault boost,
Mhm.
you're actually able to control your directionality a little bit without quick boosting at the same time. So you can
Perfect.
kind of do some micro adjustments
Right.
as you're on your way to your
Mhm.
target. I love that kind of gameplay. I love seeing it here, especially.
And it's just smart, conserving that as well. Oh,
Cowboy getting things off the ground, using that pulse shield very early.
oh, he's going at him. As usual, he's the aggressor. But you know what? With this 1v1, it seems like they're both equally as aggressive. Oh, they're face to face.
You're going crazy.
He's like, oh no. This is getting real crazy right now. It's like watching two samurais.
Oh, wow. And there is again.
There it goes.
Fighting Cowboy with the 2 kills.
He ain't playing.
Gracious me,
But you
that
know
he is
what?
up 2-0.
just
He is loving
Look at
this.
him.
He is loving this.
He's like,
Cowboy taking the chance to cement his legacy he's making here. And that's all. That's all. Chat. Wow. Thank you guys.
You guys wanted to see that.
You guys wanted it. You guys wanted it. We saw it right here.
Oh,
Man,
that was amazing.
unreal. Thank you guys for hyping that up for us. We loved it.
I feel like a nosebleed is coming on.
Oh, right. I'm fine. Fine.
I just.
If I can help you out, let me know. I mean,
Okay, yeah, because that was intense. I'm sorry if I didn't speak so much. I was focusing, and it was really good. Yeah, but
wow.
I can't wait to talk to the captains because I want to see what they
my
got to say,
goodness.
especially Oro.
We're gonna have a story here. We're gonna have a story to hear.
Because he's really good at, he's a poker face.
He
you
is.
know
He
what I mean?
is. He is. He plays his cards close to his chest, but you can see the emotion slip through sometimes.
can't wait to see what he
he's
says,
not.
though.
He's not impenetrable.
But the thing is, he's very expressive.
But he is.
He is very expressive.
He is. He's intense. He's intense about this stuff. So I'm going to be dying to read the comments, to hear what all of you guys are saying online about this. You're not going to see the end of this here. This is the beginning of something crazy.
This whole time, I'm just thinking, how am I going to beat them with my team?
Already making your plans.
I'm
You gotta
already
believe.
thinking about who I can call up. I know I'm calling you up.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for one thing. I love to have a chance to play. But I think something to work on and really consider here, your movement, right?
Right.
Working in your AC, getting something you're comfortable with, getting a good weapon loadout, and just getting to a place of comfort where you really enjoy playing.
think
Get those
that's-
couple of designs set first
You
and
know, what I'm
foremost.
going to be trying to zone in on because for me, I think that, the way Cowboy plays is very much how I play in games.
Absolutely.
Very aggressive. So
Good.
I probably have to be very careful about my meter.
And I think you're going to find yourself rewarded for that here in AC6. Again, you saw with the assault boost movement. I mean, you're encouraged. You're encouraged to get into that kind of damage.
Right.
Good deal.
Thank you.
Oh man, thank you. It's been killer today. I love it.
This is too fun.
Yeah, it is.
Can we just stay here and play?
I know. Can we? I mean, can we have like an extended session? You know, do like another Saturday thing.
We gotta
maybe
thank
next week,
everyone for having the 1v1.
Yeah, guys, that was all because of you. We didn't even plan that. So thank you guys out there in chat.
I love
Awesome
this.
Stuff. Awesome stuff.
I love this live.
Man, it's been a sweep of a day. Sweep.
Here it is.
Everyone's getting ready right now.
Good deal.
Let's join our players to get some thoughts on their match.
Okay.
All right.
So,
chatting it up.
Yeah, Fighting Cowboy. You've been creating content from FromSoft titles for quite some time now.
Yeah.
What players of the game? What do you think the players of the game look forward to in Armored Core 6?
So I think one of the big things coming from other FromSoft titles is there'll be, you know, the same kind of natural exploration where you're enticed to explore a world versus having like waypoints and whatnot. The idea of overcoming bosses through changing up your approach and learning their patterns and whatnot, that deep design that we see in pretty much all their titles is very alive and well here. So even though this is a departure from the more recent stuff, it still has that same energy, that same just feel to it when you play it.
Good answer.
Awesome. Very good stuff. My next question is one at a time here. This goes out to Oral Doro here, man. Hey,
hi.
You got to try out several build types, dude. You got to run a lot during this event. You know what? I got to know which one ended up being your favorite. What did you like using most today? What was your best frame?
Oh man. So obviously the tanks are the best one, but the my blader has actually ended up being my favorite, even though
So
it's
he went
super hard to
6-2
play.
and then lost the 1v1.
Try to master that.
Lost the
play style
1v1
because,
2-zip.
Like switching out the blades to bypass the cooldown is just super awesome. It's super fun.
Good. And I think the book still has to be written on that as far as tactics, movement.
Right.
Again, really smoothing that whole sub game out. And that's part of the fun of Armored Core. You know, sure, customization's one step, but actually putting that in action, you know, piloting and using it, that's the stuff that takes a lifetime to master. I love it.
Yeah, no, me too. I gotta say, Cowboy, that was really good, man. GG's, dude. That was sick.
Good deal. Good sportsmanship.
Yeah, that's amazing. But next question is to Cleric. What are you most excited for players to experience going into this game for the first time?
Honestly, it's the variety. Variety of enemies, variety of bosses, variety of parts. There's something here for pretty much anyone, for any play style. So many options to play in this game. There's something here literally for everybody. And honestly, I'm looking forward to everyone dying a lot because I'm assuming that'll happen quite a bit, but that's okay. You can learn to build and adapt or really stick to your guns and try to figure out a way to make your build work. That's the greatest thing about Armored Core. You can basically make the game whatever you want it to be.
There you go.
I think that's what's drawing me in and a lot of people in because, you know, customization
exactly
is so critical and part of the foundation of this game. So that's great.
Yeah, you really got an open canvas out there. Cowboy just cracking up. I love it.
What's going on over there?
That's big dead energy. It's okay.
Yeah, what's so funny, Cowboy?
It's okay.
Oh man, we're just saying that we know this is just the beginning of the blood feud. We've loved it today. Hey guys, killer exhibition.
Thank you.
I got another question coming over here. This one from Cheng. I want to kick this to you.
Sure.
This is really for the veteran Armored Core legacy players. I don't mean just us and people who worked on ACL. I mean just legacy players, veteran players who are coming from previous AC games. You know, whether you're just coming out of the PS2 era even, or maybe you're from AC4, etc. Look, I know so many people are happy to see the series come back after a 10-year plus drought of content. You know, trying to keep that flame burning. It's just been a press to do that. With that in mind, with all that time that's gone by, what do you think people are going to find that's really surprising or new about AC6 to dive into?
You know, Armored Core 6 has been a lot of different things over the years, so I think what people are going to find most surprising is with the way that they've sort of sculpted this game. They're going to find a lot of familiar feelings, but also new things as well. Things that will challenge them and make them think even more outside the box, even from, you know, the previous games. I think it's something that,
over here,
even being a long-time Armored Core fan, there are things there that I'm surprised to see and found absolutely fascinating.
Couldn't said it better.
Awesome.
Well, that was amazing. Thank you so much for your time and also your amazing PvP plays. Those were really intense. So thank you so much for being with us.
Guys, we had a blast in the extended sessions. Again, I got to give a
that was
mad
dope.
shout out
They really was getting it in.
1v1.
They was getting it in.
Time, man, guys.
That was good.
Absolutely
That was
hype stuff,
incredible.
killer stuff. We got plenty of time to head back to the garage, recustomize, get.
They was
let's set
getting it
this
in.
blood
I'm
feud
not gonna
and
lie.
Cycling, guys.
That
Keep
was
the
fire.
madness going. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was great.
Yeah, thank you
Thanks,
so
guys.
much for having us.
fun.
Hope you guys enjoyed the PvP, because I sure did.
Oh, yes, we did.
See you
Every
out there.
second of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
can
second.
breathe
Tango
again.
boom.
Yeah, Tango
Go
boom.
boom.
Oh, man. That was
Awesome.
great. Well,
All right.
I want to thank all of our
There it
guests and
is.
players today. And thank you
2
to everyone
hours.
at home for joining us. Thank you, Zealous,
Mostly
for
gameplay.
everything that you've been able to tell us or just give us information on, all of your rich history. And, you know, do you have any last words?
Yeah, hey, look, it's been a pleasure. Armored Core, especially the Armored Core community, has never been about any one person, whether that's those of us who have helped with past events, the LAN events, or those of us who have worked on forums, community work. We're really looking forward to seeing what you guys do, where you take this from here. Those of you who are coming into AC for the first time, can't wait to see you out there. I know I can't wait to see you out there in the PvP.
Armored
field for
Core
one thing.
Legacy. Make sure y'all
Want
follow
everybody
the
to love
YouTube
this,
channel.
Dig into it, fans new and old.
They got a
It's
YouTube
just a
channel.
fantastic
It's
time to be
brand
an AC
new.
Fan. It's a moment that
Armored Core
I've
Legacy.
wanted for so long.
He's running
We
it.
didn't know it was going to be coming in the way it has, but it's here.
It's
I encourage you
everything
guys to
Armored
enjoy it.
Core.
August 25th is not that far away.
Nope.
Get in there, love it. I love you all. You guys rock. Again, big shout outs to everybody out there still making things happen community wise. Those of you who have kept fires burning again the whole time. Raven Republic, you know, Armored Core Universe, the old Armored Core Online forums. Those of you who are still out there with that group, people have been out there on Reddit. So many more that it's just hard for me to speak to right now. This is just an incredible moment. You guys have helped make all this possible. Stick with it, hang with it. We'll catch you out there. Rock
I
on.
felt that passion. Thank you, Zealous.
A
We
pleasure.
hope you enjoyed this showcase of missions and the first look at our live PvP of Armored Core 6, and we look forward to seeing you at launch.
See you again.
Yeah, we'll be here at launch. We'll be here at launch. That was dope. That was dope. That was dope. Now, let this be a lesson to all you developers out there. All right? You see how they did 2 hours of a showcase for one game, and most of it was gameplay? That's how you do it. That's what I've been saying this whole time. Even the last presentation, I was like, yo, all these companies need to tune in to FromSoft and how they doing it with this game. They haven't missed. They haven't missed in the past, I don't know how many years. They have not missed with how they promote these games, how they develop these games, how the ongoing continued support for these games come out. They've been doing the damn thing, man. Shout out to FromSoft, shout out to Bandai Namco. Hell of a presentation. Made me very excited for the game. I can't wait to get the game. Definitely gonna be added into the rotation after we finish this game that we're playing right now on stream, Final Fantasy 16. So that's it. So y'all already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy JusticeXFalls, and we out.